They wiped the archives, said I was divisive, said I was too loud. I've got one shot to bring real truth and power back, or the community loses its voice. It started as a podcast, just the mic, just truth. Then came the guests, doctors, entrepreneurs, revolutionaries. We laughed, we argued, we built something sacred. But the deeper we went, the more resistance hit. Algorithms buried us. Platforms ghosted us. Not because we lied, but because we told the truth. I was ready to walk away. Then, after practice, one of my players, 16 years old, pulls me aside. Dead serious, he goes,
"Coach, that podcast, that was the first time I heard someone actually speaking to us."
Then he smirks.
"Also, you kind of went viral on my group chat. Don't let it die."
That was it. I rebuilt the studio from scratch, mic back on, files restored, and this time, I hit record like it's war. Real truth and power is back. Raw, necessary, unstoppable. New shows drop soon. Subscribe now, share this, and revisit the episodes they didn't want you to hear.
Real truth and power, health, wealth, knowledge of self, uplifting the community. Let's talk about it. Real truth and power, health, wealth, knowledge of self, uplifting the community. Let's talk about it. Real truth and power,
You are now tuned in to Real Truth and Power, the show that uplifts the community with health, wealth, and knowledge of self. Here's your host, Everett Winchester.
Peace and blessings, family. Let me know if you guys can't hear me. We're going to have another powerful show. We all actually should be streaming on UNIA Rock Media YouTube channel. So if you want to check us out on that, but we're definitely live on Real Truth and Power. We're on Facebook. And in 1 second, we should be on Instagram, family. And let's make that happen right now. So you guys can catch us from a lot of multiple spots, and we are actually live right now. So today's topic is going to be a powerful topic, and I would love for you guys all to jump in and be a part of this show. I'm going to actually send out the link in a minute so you guys can be a part of it. I was actually speaking to someone called Captain ADOS. He's actually a brother that is in the ADOS. I guess he calls it American descendants of slaves. And I was getting, we was having some real good conversation. And he said there's no difference between FBA and ADOS. So a lot of people were, getting on me because I said it. But the captain said it. I was like, wow, the captain said it. So I started thinking, so you're saying that Black people, African Americans, should delineate from all other people, should separate themselves from all other Black people globally. That's not what I'm for. In the UNIA, we preach one God, one aim, one destiny, not separation. And so the brother said, yes. So I started going off, man, Yvette Carnell, I need you to speak on this. She is one of the founders, if not the founder, of ADOS. I said, I need you to speak on this. I need you to make this clear. And she said she wouldn't respond. And she's responded to me before. And I said, Captain, maybe you're wrong. So I'm out there going saying there's no difference. And you got a lot of people from ADOS on my Facebook page, on Twitter, saying you're wrong. But my good brother Captain, my good brother Captain ADOS came, and you know what Captain ADOS did? He went to the ADOS website. Yeah, he did. He went to the ADOS website where it's clear as day says our goal is to delineate from everybody else. So all of those of you that were getting on me about ADOS, for all of y'all that was saying you're wrong, they're different from FBA, they're just about reparations, they are not about just reparations. They want to delineate, they want to cut off our culture, etc. I'm sending in the chat in 1 second. I'm going to put the link in the chat 1 second. Let me just build it up and then send out this link. And so I said, well, wow, this is crazy. There were people getting on me and Captain ADOS, and they were ADOS. Captain said, what are you mad at me for? This is right in the website. The website says to delineate. The website froze there for a minute. The website says to delineate. Why are y'all mad at me? And he screenshotted the website. He put the website up. And so I said, okay, it's on and popping. I said, okay, it's on and popping. Their goal is to delineate. They want to separate African Americans from the rest of the world. There's no difference between her and Tariq Nasheed. So for all of those that say, well, it's about reparations, let me ask you guys something. And I'm putting the link in the chat now. Let me ask you guys something. And this is the link in the chat to sign in. This is the link in the chat to join the discussion. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. But from my understanding, hold on 1 sec, let's do it like that. There we go. Put it in the chat. So from my understanding, they want to separate and delineate. Let me ask you guys a question, and you can put it in the chat. Let me ask you guys a question. You can put it in the chat. If I have a friend, and my friend is in need, and somebody offers me $1 million and says, I know that's your friend. I know that's your friend, but you got to separate yourself from your friend for $1 million. What would you do? What would you do? Would you take the $1 million? Because if you start helping your friend out, you can't do that with that $1 million. You got to disassociate yourself from your friend. But let me go a little more extreme, because in the UNIA, we say our race is our family. And we say put your family first. We say put race first. So let me ask you guys another question. If I give you $1 million, forget your friend, and I say you cannot associate, you must delineate from your family, would you take that $1 million? Would you take that $1 million and never deal with your family again? Think about that. So what I say to the people in ADOS, you selling out your people for the bag. You've been practicing and talking about reparations for years. So then I started thinking, there is a difference between NCOBRA, FBA, and ADOS. And COBRA doesn't say delineate. They don't say separate yourselves from Africa and Jamaicans and people in Brazil, people in Panama, because they understand the bigger picture. They understand the bigger picture. You're going to get this bag, disassociate yourself from everybody else across the world, and then what's going to happen? Once you're cut off, you're cut off. Let me ask you guys another question. And I see Brother Bill in the chat. I'm putting that link in there. JD Video Shield. If you think I'm wrong, come on and cam up. Come on and cam up. Where you at, Captain ADOS? Because they don't believe me. It's on their website. It's on their website. And I'll pull it up if you want to see it. Don't let me source up. Captain ADOS went to the website, and all the ADOS people are mad. That's why you guys have to read, and that's why you guys should not listen to those agents out there. It's real important right now. We are in a dire time to unite, to unify. But let's go a little deeper. Isn't this what the slave master wanted? When we were Africans, and he didn't want you to practice any African culture, any African spirituality. Isn't that what the slave driver did? Separate you from Africa? So anybody that's trying to separate our people over here from Africa, when you call them a slave driver, an agent, a Sambo, I'm just asking, am I wrong? They want to cut your history off. I always tell somebody I am proud to be an African American. I'm proud of people like Malcolm and Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? George Washington Carver. I'm proud of all of these brothers and sisters that have paved the way for me to overcome oppression here. But the goal is not to cut off our culture over there. Then I hear this Akata, and they don't like us over there. I'm in the UNIA, I deal with Africans all the time, so I have to say that's not true. Now, let's be realistic. There are people over there that aren't educated on us, just like we're not educated on them. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest. But that small few, should that divide us? That small few, should that divide us? This is the question that we have to start asking each other. And a lot of our people, my good friends, they say, hey, man, we just got to focus on the work. Don't worry about that. This thing is trending on Twitter. It's trending on Instagram. It's all over YouTube. That's why when I posted it on my Facebook, it went viral. Hundreds of comments and likes and things of that nature. This is serious. We got to step up as Pan-Africans. We got to let them know that's not right. And you got people that are dealing with this that are ignorant to the fact that on the ADOS website, it says our goal is to delineate from all of those people. That's the exact word it says. I'll pull it up. Don't let me source up. We are at dire times where we have to unite. Yes, Africa has problems. Yes, we have problems here. But you're delineating from our culture? You're delineating from the pyramids? It's something that the slave driver, this Tom Ho, this white guy has really put a real strong spell on us. We'd rather be Indians than Africans. We'd rather be everything than Africa. Probably the most source mineral output there is. I'm trying to figure out what it is. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm trying to figure out why do we hate our lineage so bad? And then I had to come to the source of my mental and say, we're so enslaved that we hate ourselves. We always fighting. So what is it? You hear these people say, I hate Africans. They come over here, they do this, they do that. Them Jamaicans, they hate us. They do this, they do that. Forget everybody in the Caribbean. Forget everybody. If they call them, what's the word? Immigrants. They call our people immigrants. Like this land has really taken care of you. The land that you rocking, that's taking away your voting rights. They took diversity and equality away. The same day they did that, they took on a federal website, they took Jackie Robinson down. Jackie Robinson served in the military. First African-American baseball player that was getting spit on, that was threatening his life. They took him down. And everybody blames this crazy dude Trump, but who put him in office? Think about that. Before Trump even ran, there was this thing they were talking about. This is what we want. The agenda for this new MAGA, make America great again, coming back. And they had taken out DEI. And they had all of these things. So whoever voted them in, he's going to give them their agenda. Something that we don't think that we need. So I want to ask y'all a question. Is reparations worth division? Is reparations worse than being associated with Africa and all our brothers in the Caribbean? Is it worth it? A check that you may not even get? Proud to be where you from. I see all these people on Twitter. They got their name and then they got the American flag and they going in. Africans ain't nothing. Jamaicans ain't nothing. Once you delineate, what you going to do then? Delineate over here, East Coast, West Coast, East Side, West Side, light skin, dark skin. When does it stop? When does it stop? Come on, family, we got to get real. This is serious. If you're a Pan-African, if you're a Garveyite, the time is now to step up. I always tell people about the African Legion. This comes directly from the President General, 10th successor to Marcus Garvey, the 11th President General. Our African Legion is to protect our community from outside and from within. You talking about destroying our community. Everybody's out here talking about unity, and what unity looks like. You'd rather unify with this beast of an oppressor and cut off your brothers and sisters. This is crazy. This is crazy. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring in my first guest. I'm going to go over some comments. I see a couple people in the building. So I need all of y'all to do me this favor. If you're on Facebook, Real Truth and Power YouTube, UNIA Rock Media, tonight we going in. And if you're against what I'm talking about, we're going to have a serious discussion. Because to me, you're nothing but a traitor to your race. My good brother, the High Commissioner, Brother Marua Farrell, Chicago President of Division 401, Isaiah Morta, always says, you agents like William O'Neill, look him up. Look what he did to the Black Panther movement. William O'Neill. So I need everybody to do this real quick. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It is very important. We're going to have a good one tonight. It is very important. It's on and popping tonight. We're going to have a good one. I got a couple of people that said they was going to come on from ADOS. I sent them the link. I'll check Twitter in a minute to see if they got it. My good brother, Captain, he might be running from Dr. Daw. I told him I wouldn't get Dr. Daw on him. But he provided the information. And they're mad at me. They even mad at Captain for pulling it up. He said, you either ADOS or not. Because we for Delineation. My good brother, the Captain. So, all right, I'm going to get Brother Bill in. I'm going to go over your comments, and we're about to have a great conversation. But I need y'all to do me one more favor. And this isn't hard, man. This is really not hard. We're having a great discussion. This topic is trending. I need you guys to do one important thing. It doesn't cost any money.
Smash it now!
Hit that like button. Hit that like button. All right, Brother Bill, I'm going to get you in a minute. Everybody get ready. I'm going to make sure everybody has that chat available. But you know how we do? We got to pay the bills. And since we really going at it tonight, I think I'll play this commercial. And Brother Bill, you up.
Your boy on the street last week. Not from drugs, from violence. Nobody stand up, nobody move. Me got 6 weeks we build 100 man. Or Baltimore lose its soul. Back in the day, we protect we own. Now, enough talk, enough post. But Garvey, him leave with the blueprint. Stand up, uniform, discipline, unity. African Legion, it not dead. It a prophecy waiting for fulfill. Ma nearly walk away, tired, alone. But when that mother grab me arm and say, who I go protect my son? Me know, we not start no war, we restore order. Black unity, black honor, black discipline. This a we army, and it never left. Me name, Brother Tony. Join the Baltimore UNIA. Be the legacy or be the silence.
All right, family. African Legion, the Baltimore African Legion, the Universal African Legion of the Universal Negro Improvement Association. I'm going to hold on real quick, Brother Bill. I'm going to go over your comments. Then we're going to bring in our first guest. Okay, sir. Looking forward to viewing and build. I'm sorry. Okay, sir. Looking forward to viewing the build. My man, good doctor. Dr. Dennis Assault Winkler. Sister Cirquette, peace and blessings, locked in. I signed in my other channel. Good audio, good. Okay, you guys can hear me. JDN Video Shield, a lie. It's on the website. I guess you never went on that website. Don't let me source up on you. It's not a lie. The word is the word, good brother or sister. The word is the word. See, you're misinformed. You join these groups, you get caught up in all of the messages and the false leaders and the false prophets. You get all caught up, and now you the main one. Yeah, we need to separate this. You didn't even know it was on the website. So stop repping something that you don't know about. Real talk. There's a huge difference between FBA and ADOS. And if he's saying that, he's just lying. The word delineate is on the ADOS website. He pulled it up and everybody got mad at him. He said, why are you mad at me? You're either ADOS or not. But let me tell you something if you really want to talk about it. Let's go in. What's the difference? If I went in and I asked Tariq Nasheed, are y'all for delineation? Tariq Nasheed will come out and say, yes, I am. When I hit Yvette Cornell and said ADOS and FBA are the same, she said no. She hit me. I thought she would. I thought she was a big platform. She wouldn't hit me. She hit me. We are not the same. But when I hit her and said, Captain ADOS is saying delineation. You're saying we should delineate, separate from our brothers and sisters globally? She didn't respond. I said, Mr. Captain ADOS, why didn't she respond? What she need to respond for? You got people on me saying, man, ADOS, it's nothing different. Captain pulled it up. We want to delineate. But here's the difference. FBA, they go straight hard with it. They don't fake it. The leader's an idiot. He talks recklessly, and so do his followers. ADOS, some of them know what's going on, and some of them don't. Y'all so caught up in reparations, and you so caught up in getting that bag that you're not even researching who you're following. And that's a shame. Don't we tell our kids to read first before you just rep something? Did you know they even had a website with the whole agenda? Did you even know that? ADOS is an organization aligned with Democratic Party, FBA, and lineage. That's another thing that's wrong. There are more ADOS. There's more ADOS that's aligned with Republican. Go look at their Twitters and Instagrams. They really go in on the Democrats. Now, as a black man, I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican. Both of them are screwing us. And I'm a little emotional, so if I slip a cuss word, put it in the chat and I apologize. Tell my basketball team I got to swear at y'all. So I'm working. I'm getting better. So that's a lie. So you coming in repping and you don't know what you're talking about. Delineation is a movement that FBA participates in. Again, you wrong. Did you get it? Did you go to their website? I'm about to screenshot it and put it up and shut you up. Again, here's the link. I put it in the chat. And I'm almost done, Brother Bill. It is also a lie that FBAs want to separate from everything African. FBAs are not against other groups. FBAs are against tethers. Well, let me explain to you one thing. If you call Marcus Garvey a tether, then you're an a-hole, because Tariq Nasheed called him a tether. But I got something more important. I got Tariq Nasheed about 4 or 5 years ago, before he started this FBA stuff, speaking at a Marcus Garvey event, talking highly of Marcus Garvey. You see how you follow these people? I'm on my President General tonight. You following this former Hotep hustler who is now a race identity hustler. Come on now. You so confused. Tethers. Man, you're a black racist. Race first, Brother Malik Blyden, President Blyden of Buffalo. Bring Pan up in here, brother. Bring Pan up in here. I'm almost there, Brother Bill. I'm almost there. Curtis Johnson, race first all the time, race first. Peace and blessings. Good evening, Sister Selena. Candace Owens, Myron Games, Wes Moore, Byron Daniels, all are tethers who openly insert themselves into the affairs of Black Americans to undermine. Are those who you want to align with? Well, now you're talking about black people. And all politicians haven't been doing anything for our people. But I got something to say. Why you ain't talking about anybody white, bro? Why you ain't talking about anybody white? Seems like you're a white racist. Facts, Pan-African power. Pan-African power, shout out to Charm CC60. Almost there, Brother Bill. I don't want to get too far behind. Also, FBAs are the last group to delineate. Jamaicans, Haitians, Nigerians, and other Caribbeans and Africans have already delineated a long time ago. If you all only complain when FBA does it. First of all, FBA's idiots. They hate everybody. You all confused. You just said they wasn't against Africans. Now you say they are Africans. You see what we're dealing with? And imagine your child turning on YouTube and hearing Tariq Nasheed call Marcus Garvey a tether, after he was loving up Marcus Garvey. Imagine that. Imagine your child coming and saying, yeah, man, we need to delineate from all of them. Your young child in the 8th grade or in high school coming. You're like, what? Where you hear that from? YouTube. You see? This is what they're thinking. But here's what you don't say. They probably call themselves Haitians because they're in Haiti. They call themselves Jamaicans because they're in Jamaica. But most Jamaicans follow the Honorable Marcus Garvey. So you all confused. Marcus Garvey was uniting people globally. Their leader called the half FBA. I like that, Dr. Dahl. All right, I'm going to bring you in. I got 4 more to go over. Here we go. This is a prime example, family. This is from Twitter, or now called X. This is called the National Reparations Commission, LOL. This ain't it. Now look at them. You had a person from FBA say that ADOS was Democratic. I can guarantee you that this brother's a Republican. Look at his Twitter page. He got the red, white, and blue on. See, everybody, all of them have that red, white, and blue flag. They don't want to leave master. They want to wait for that handout, that check. Am I right or wrong? They want to wait for that handout, that check. They want to be like, what Malcolm said, we sick, master? While we out here in the field trying to unite everybody. We the ones out giving the food giveaways. We the ones out here trying to have community meetings to uplift our people. It's us. We're the ones doing this stuff. But National Reparations Commission, the link is in the chat. The link is on the Twitter. You can join in. I go in there and send it to you. You can speak your piece, but none of them are coming in, I see. They even got my man Captain intimidated for going on the website. This is it, brother. This is it. You rock that flag, but you don't rock the RBG. We as a people are losing in this game, whatever we want to call ourselves. FBA, ADOS, FOI, Hebrews, Israelites, Christians, or Pan-African. We are all the same. This biz has to stop. We are all the same. Thank you, my brother Kenwado Moore. We cannot separate, family. Pro-reparations. I'm for reparations, but I'm not for selling out my family for it. I'm for reparations, but I'm not going to let this man give me reparations and disassociate myself from anybody else over the world. That's crazy. Once you delineate and get that bag, he's going to raise all the prices anyway. You still be in poverty, and you'll be in slavery. One registered Green Party. I guess you're saying I'm registered Green Party. I apologize if you're not a Republican. Pro-gun, pro-Texas, anti-immigration. Are you anti-immigration saying Mexicans? Or are you anti-immigration saying Africans? Because all of y'all keep talking about immigration, but you're not talking about anybody else but your own color people. And I think that's it, Brother Bill. I'm going to bring you in right now, and I hope you're ready. I hope you understand the conversation. And again, I'm putting the link in the chat. Let me know if you want to come on. This is very important because this topic is trending. You there, Brother Bill?
Yes, sir. I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you good, and you got me, correct?
Yes, I do.
So I don't know if you're familiar with the ADOS and FBA. They were supposed to be groups in Cobra, to fight for reparations. But they're saying they need to delineate to get them. And not only that, it's kind of hate speech coming out of the camps. You know, Africans are this, Africans are that. We shouldn't unite this. We just worried about ourselves. Whenever we speak up, everybody hates us. And I'm like, that's not unity talk. We got problems here. We can't unite here. But you can't cut off your history. You can't cut off all of this stuff. What do you say about that, Brother Bill?
Well, let me just say this here. And first of all, thank you. And, good evening to everybody that's listening, right? This here book, It Is Now Time, I wrote this in 2000, right? Breaking the Political Chains, I wrote it in 2005. So, my whole thing have always been this, man, is that we need to unite ourselves, right? And I try my best to not get caught up in arguing with people that my perspective is different than their perspective. If you're Black, I want to know on what level can we unite on. We may not agree on everything, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not kicking you to the curb unless you're just totally against us, right? And then I always say, once we unite the way that we need to, a lot of people that got doubt in terms of can we do it, we're gonna bring them in. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people are just scared, man, because they don't think we can do it. But once we do it, then they're gonna start to come in. So I try to spend my energy in terms of trying to find ways in terms that we could unite ourselves, because I know we could do it, right? I mean, right. When you sit here and you represent the UNIA, then, I was saying to somebody the other day, in some senses, we should be ashamed of ourselves that Marcus Garvey and Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Huey Newton and other people years ago was able to organize thousands of people and millions of people across the world. And today in 2026, we have a hard time trying to organize 200 people, right? So, for me, I'm spending all my time in terms of that, what can I do, right? What can we do? And, of course, as you know, Everett, we pushing this whole thing called Unity Day for March the 8th. Asking Black people all across the country, come March 8th, 2027, and every March 8th afterwards, then let's have unity programs all across the country, all across the world, right? We don't have to go ask the government, can we unify? We just have to make a decision amongst ourselves. And what would that look like on March the 8th in St. Louis, in Detroit, in Chicago, in California? All across the world, Black people's having programs. They're bringing in younger children, and younger children is witnessing these type of discussions. And now they understand why it's important to spend their money with other Black people, and why it's important that we build our own schools, and why we have to have our own hospitals. So, for me, I'm more in tune with who's ever trying to set the example that I believe we need to set. I ain't getting caught up in it, because even when people talk about reparations, then I'm not out there actually fighting for reparations, but I'm not against reparations. So those who wants to fight for it, then it's good, because I'm going to benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not against that. You know what I'm saying? That's not just where my focus at. My focus is on us uniting ourselves, because I realize that's where our power is. See, we haven't seen our power because we haven't seen the way that we could unite, right? Before I die, I pray that I want to see some of the power that Marcus Garvey was able to do years ago, that some of the other ancestors was able to do, right? Because I'm saying, I can't give an excuse in terms of why they was able to do it, and here in 2026, we can't do it. So that's what my mission is, man. I'm not getting caught up with arguing with Black people about my way or their way. We disagree on that, man, and we want to go to blows because, you vote Republican, I vote Democrat. Man, I don't have time for that at 73 years old. That's why I told somebody before, 20 years ago, look, man, I used to go to all the city hall, city council meetings. I used to go to the school board meetings. I used to be enamored, being around people and rubbing elbows with governors and mayors and all. But that stuff don't impress me no more. You see what I'm saying? Because I found out that didn't mean a damn thing. It was just people that I knew, but they wasn't doing a damn thing for the people on the bottom, right? So, my thing is that how do we pull ourselves up? Right? How do we put ourselves in power? How do we put ourselves in a position to really be able to defend ourselves against when we attack? Just like we sit here and we talk about the government, right? Then however we view the government, then, if they attack us, physically come in like they did the MOVE organization, or like they did Tulsa, Oklahoma, then what can we do? You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying, we need to be trying to develop our plan and our schemes in terms of that, how are we going to take care of ourselves? I mean, brothers and sisters that know how to grow food, then they important, because we're going to need them when we need food. Brothers and sisters that's ready to take people out to gun range and teach people how to shoot and stock up weapons. We're going to need everything, man. But what we don't need is to spend our time arguing with one another when it's too much work that need to be done.
Let me ask you this, Brother Bill, because you was very excellent about the arguing, etc. But when do we put our foot down and say that we have to stop these agents in our community that say Pan-Africans, most Black people do not align with Pan-Africans, that people know who's real and who's not, that Pan-Africans are outdated, that Pan-Africans suck, and we need to separate ourselves in America, and Pan-Africans are crazy. What do you say to that? What do you say if a child comes to you and speaks that rhetoric? What do you say to that child? How do you persuade him that this type of rhetoric is wrong, harmful, and irresponsible?
No, first of all, man, I think that our unity is going to take care of all that. But then when you say Pan-African, then because you have some people on different levels. I know some brothers that call themselves Pan-Africans. You know what I'm saying? because how they think that we need to walk that rope ain't necessarily the truth. My thing is that all of us Pan-Africans, all of us Black, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, if I'm not as out there as you are in terms of how you see it, then, you know, that shouldn't give us no reason to not embrace ourselves, because we have to find, what do you bring to the revolution? What do you bring to us as a race of people?
But I'm glad you on, Brother Bill. Hold up. Because they're not doing that. They are against unity of Black people all over the world. So while you saying March the 8th unity, they're not going to participate. If they do, they're going to say this unity is only for Black people, American descendants of slaves, and nobody else. They do not want unity worldwide. You don't even have to be a Pan-African to say, you know, this or that. And this is what I want you to understand the fight. This is real. This is real. What do you say to a young child that comes to you and says that he feels we do not need to unify with those overseas? What do we say to them? Because there are young people saying this now that's following these people, and it's becoming irresponsible and dangerous.
No, I'm going to tell them that they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the same reason you need to unify with your brother, sister here, then it's the same reason. I mean, we are the same people, right? But I'm saying that, you know, when we saying that come March the 8th, then look, it's some people right here that I deal with every day that may not want to participate in March 8th. But I can't worry about that. I'm worried about the ones that do, right? Because eventually when we get there, Everett, and enough of us that believe in unity and really wants to unify, and Everett could make a phone call, you could get on this here podcast, and you could say tonight, you could say, I need 5,000 brothers, I need 5,000 Black people tomorrow to show up at City Hall, then you're going to demonstrate unity. People going to see that. People going to recognize that. And people wants to be a part of a movement, man. People get excited in terms of being a part of what they think was happening. It's like a hip hop song. You know, when you hear a song that you like, you want to learn the song. You want to learn the beat. Well, we have to make unity the same way, man. We have to make it so great that Black people wants to participate. And that's the challenge that we have to find amongst ourselves. So, you know, I mean, it's a lot of things that we could look at and saying that what we disagree with, right? But if we continue to fight in terms of what we disagree with, then when we're going to come and say, look, the things that we agree with is more important than the things that we disagree with. So let's work here, right? You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
I appreciate you, Brother Bill. Not to cut you off. I appreciate you because we got a guest in. I want to get him on because he believes that we need to delineate. So I'm going to have an intelligent conversation with this good brother, my man Jake, on call from X, Twitter. But before I let you go, I just want you to know I agree with you in Unity Day, March the 8th. We want to have Unity Day all over. And like you said, we got to embrace these people and love them. And hopefully they understand that, you know, get the bag, but don't sell your people out for the bag. But I want you to go ahead because I want you to close out with the Black Man Monthly Breakfast tomorrow. Where is that?
Well, I am going to say it, but, you know, I think it was Malcolm X or somebody said that we have to learn to love our people more than what they love themselves.
That's right.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, once we really understand that, man, then, you know, there's a whole bunch of things that we're going to push away and not let ourselves get caught into, because I always say somebody has to be bigger than the next person. I'm not going to let you pull me down when I'm trying to grow and I'm trying to move towards unity. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that division stuff, you take that and talk it with somebody else, because I'm on the unity train. Right. Whoever wants to jump on the train with me, then there's room. Jump on board, you know, because we riding the unity train. I'm not getting on the division train.
That's right.
But
it's unhealthy.
Absolutely. So in reference to our Black Man's monthly breakfast, which is tomorrow, and all Black men and Black boys is invited. It's going to be at 2204 Mayfield Avenue off Harford Road, back over there by Montebello. So again, you know, it starts at 10 o'clock. All Black men and Black boys is invited. And I'm saying, y'all, come on, man. Let us make it happen, man. We're in 2026, man. I mean, we don't want to leave here and your children and your grandchildren, you leaving it on them, hoping that they could find a way in a pathway to unite us. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying let us do it so they don't have to figure that out, that we set the pathway for them to walk on and we can make it easier for them.
I got you, Brother Bill. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. And again,
Yes,
Unity Day is March the 8th, correct?
Yes, sir.
So if you are not in Baltimore, this ain't a local thing in Baltimore. We want to just start it here. We want all of y'all, everybody that's in the UNIA, March the 8th. Let's make that happen for Unity Day.
One last thing, if I can, because every month we doing a program. Like this month is June 16th is gonna be our next phase. So we also asking people wherever they at, man, to start having unity discussions, to start building up to it. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait for March the 8th. Help us to build up to it so when March 8th come around, then we ready and we can have everybody all across the country doing programs in reference to unity.
I appreciate you, Brother Bill. Thank you so much
Yes,
again. That's Brother Bill Gooden, Black Man Unifying Black Man. Powerful, powerful. It's always good. I see you, Brother Jake. You are next up. Hold tight. Let me just get caught up on our on the chat. While I'm chatting, we got a lot of people in the building. Dr. Dog, where you at? It's packed up in here. I need you guys to do me this favor because this is important, man. And I'm gonna bring on a good brother, and we're gonna have a good conversation. Me and my brother go at it on X, but I always tell him I love him. This is a good brother right here. He's just a little confused, and I'm hoping that we can persuade him. I hope he makes some sense in why he even thinks that way. But I need everybody to do this, man, because we out here grinding. Please hit that like button. It's very important so everybody can get these algorithms up and our people can
Smash it now!
This is what they do. They get that information out. So one more time, smash that like button. Let's get this information out to you, man. We got to get our information out. We can't just sit back and think,
Smash
this stuff is going to fade. We need to get our information out. I appreciate you all. So I'm going to just get caught up. One Terrible Pot reposted the stream. I appreciate you. One Terrible Pot, clownery. I don't appreciate you, but that flag you rocking is clownery to me because they always oppressing us and putting off the foot on my damn neck. That's what that flag does to me. One Terrible Pot. Why don't you come on in, One Terrible Pot? Say I got respect for Brother Jake. He gonna come in and talk. What did my good brother Dr. Dawes say? You're an armchair gangster. You're an armchair gangster, One Terrible Pot, an armchair gangster. Come on now, call on in. Sister Saket, I think we better figure out this fast. The country is getting ready to topple due to mass protests, due to the young man that's the nation killed in cold blood. His mother's setting it off. We got to get unity. It's like we don't got time to be talking about, each other and things of that nature. The host is a prime example of why overwhelming majority of people do not align with Pan-Africans. The people know who knows, real or not. I think that you're just an idiot and you don't know what you're talking about. But you can come on in and talk instead of doing what you do on Twitter and all these other things and Facebook and comment, but don't have no real value of what you're saying, but just you want to get a check and separate our people. I think the real people not having that. That's what I think. Who is ourselves? I don't know what you mean there, but when I say ourselves, I'm talking about black people. I'm talking about African Americans, Africans, African Jamaicans, African Haitians. That's what I'm talking about. Race first at Brother David. Let me know. Text me if you want to come on, good brother. We can talk a little. You can promote your paper. It's a powerful paper that you had. Shout out to Brother David. Sister Sir kept saying exactly, agreeing with me. I'm almost there, Brother Jake. Many of them are against us. You do's. Many of them are against us. So this is what I want to focus on. Many of the Africans are against us. Many of the Jamaicans are against us. Many of this are against us. Akata and all of this or that. Many people from the east side are against you. Many people from the west side are against you. Many people in your own community are against you. Do you even live in the hood or you live out in the suburbs? Do you give food giveaways? Are you out there in the streets like the UNIA and all these grassroots programs out here fighting to unify the people? And when we out there, I'm out there with Jamaicans. I'm out there with Africans. So you probably not doing anything, but you commenting, trying to divide. Too much disingenuous and dishonesty from the host. Since you brought up Tariq Nasheed, he has hundreds. Check this out, Brother Bill, all of y'all listening. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Tariq Nasheed, he has hundreds of videos answering everything you lie about, but you still pretend you don't understand. I don't understand what? I don't understand that we should delineate. I don't understand that I love all black people. I don't have a problem. You got the problem. But again, you won't cam up. I'm unimportant, fortunately. Why does everybody get on me all the time? God, we had the white lady racist last night in the chat getting on me. It's all good. You know what, though? If you're a black man or black woman, I still love you. You just confuse a Sambo and a racist to your own people. But I still love you. Unity. It's not going to work out for you the way you think. It may not, but I'm going to die trying. See, I pledge to this. You don't. Y'all are so dizzy and lost. No wonder the Africans fleece y'all consistency. He's not an advocate. Y'all raccoons. Do you see the hate? Do you see the hate? I don't think I call anybody such names. I'm just saying this is crazy. But do you see the hate that comes from these people? Do you see the hate? And this is going all over. See, we in our communities are a lot of elders. They don't get on social media like that. They don't follow such trends like that. They're not really dealing with the youth like that. I am. I go to the basketball gym, they talk about this stuff. You go to the football field, they talk about this stuff. I got nieces and nephews and grandkids. You're not on the Twitter. You're not on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you're watching something. These are major platforms. Do you know, people, that most people don't even watch the news or listen to the radio anymore? They go to YouTube. The news stations are on YouTube. The Baltimore news stations, they're on YouTube. And then they say, come on over. So this is important. This is what the hate that they spread. I got you, Jake. Hold tight. Let me get caught up. You cannot unite with any group that is openly hostile towards your people. That has already been tried. It has failed miserably. I got to stay here. You cannot unite with any openly group that's hostile towards your people. Well, why are you trying to get reparations from white people then? You can't unite with them. I don't care what you say. You can say African soldiers. You can say all of that. The slavery and the oppression that was put on our people by this man, no other man has done. And you trying to ask for a check and cut yourself off from your own people. This is too much hate. But I'm going to keep unifying and trying to unite. And I'm going to teach the kids to do the same. Almost there. We need followers. No, y'all don't need no... You hear this? You don't need no followers. Ain't nobody following you. Oh, shoot. Ask Bill, what does he think about groups that are against uniting like FBA? And Real True Power, they are spreading. So Charm says, Brother Bill, you can put it in the chat. Ask Bill, what does he think about groups that are against unifying? What do you think? So I think he doesn't understand how bad it is out there. But I think, like he said, he might have answered it. We need to love him and just pray for him. Keith Scott in the house, former mayor candidate. What up, Keith Scott? You know you can always join in. LOL, most black people don't align with FBA. Most black people don't align with FBA. I agree totally. Most people don't align with FBA, but they are really doing a marketing campaign to get our youth. I'm going to just listen today. All right, Brother Keith. By the way, I am screen recording this live as well. The comments I'm posting in the super chat. That way, when you try to edit everything I said, I'll have receipts. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. Does it say desegregation or delineation, whatever it is, you trying to separate from our people. By the way, all I got to do is show what you're saying. You understand what I'm saying? Are you for global unity or not? That's my question to you, JD and Via Shield, because you always on here running your mouth. Are you for global unity or not? Man up and say it. Just man up and say it. Pan-African first, race first. It's a new generation. A strong social media presence is key to organizing large events. As Pan-Africans, we need a stronger presence online. Yes, I've been preaching this for years. Yo, we got to wake up. This is bad out here. Thank you for that. National reparations. I am FBA freedman. We can get on Pan-Africans after we solve our problems at home. Let me explain something about the UNIA. We're Pan-African organization, but that's why we have divisions all over the world. We understand the need to unify globally, but we also understand that we have to get our communities together. National Reparations Commission, I think we got hope for you. You know what I'm going to call you? Pan-African National Reparations Committee. You're going to fight for reparations, and you're going to help unify our people globally, okay? So we working now. Now we have an intelligent conversation. Hold tight, Jake. I'm almost done, good brother. There's no aligning with FBA. You're either FBA or not. FBA is a lineage. You cannot join it. Well, I guess a Jamaican wouldn't be a foundational Black American, but what's the point? Who cares? Alignment would be the delineation movement and the reparations movement. And just like any other FBA, you have the right to not align with those movements. I think you don't understand the fact that we for global unity. I think you don't understand. Yeah, we know we don't have to align with FBA, but I have to align with FBA because those are my people. I got to align with Africans too. What are you saying? Do Africans want unity with other Africans in Africa? Africans got issues just like we got here. That's like me saying, do people in Baltimore, do people in Chicago want to unite with each other? That's why Brother Bill came on and said Unity Day. That's exactly why. Black American descendants of slavery don't owe unity to anyone but ourselves. I want you to hear this. Black American descendants of slavery don't owe unity to anyone else but ourselves. Well, first of all, you're more than just a descendant of slavery. The person that was stolen that was brought over here, he ain't trying to have descendants of slavery. It just seems like you don't want to unify. I'm going to bring you in, Brother Jake. This is popping up in this joint. I can't go over all of them. I'm going to bring on my next guest. He's for delineation. Let's hope this goes well. Come respectful, good brother. You up and popping. Where you at?
Peace. You can hear me?
I can hear you. I don't see you, but that's okay. I can hear you. You want to turn your camera on? You all right, good brother.
I'm driving. I'm in what's the name, so.
All right. Well, we've been having some crazy discussions. You know what's all love. But explain to me why you think we need to delineate, or are you saying it for reparations? Are you really against unifying with Black people, or is it about reparations first?
Now, when I say we needed to delineate, it's only saying that we need to gatekeep and have more ethnic pride in ourselves, in the history and culture that we built for ourselves here in America. Now, as it opposed to global unity with other melanated people, that sounds fine and good. However, you got to understand that there been nobody on this planet that showed global unity in real lifetime other than Black Americans. When we went over to South Africa to help them with apartheid, or even Ethiopia when we sent firefighters out there to help them fly planes to fight against Italy. So we've been showing, even down to the point of sending money to goddamn Haiti and Jamaica during natural disasters. So we show, however, nobody give us that same love back. So now we're at the point to where we're in a sinking ship, and us being in a sinking ship, we got to get our families right. And it ain't that we're against unity, but we got so much shit to get straightened with ourselves, so we don't drown to where we can't worry about unifying with everyone else. Because if you look at it, we gave them from the 60s to now to get on coal. They haven't gotten on coal. And as a matter of fact, everything that Black Americans is fighting for, even down to our culture, these people has sour and made rotten. So we gotta definitely, of course, we got fuck ups within our own ethnic group, but we don't gotta deal with other people degeneracy immigrating into our ethnic identity. That's why we're delineating, we're gatekeeping our culture and our ethnic identity.
Do you have to do that to delineate, brother?
What you said?
Do you have to do that? Do you have to delineate to do that, brother?
Absolutely. Everybody
So
else does it.
let me ask you
Well,
this.
if you
So
look at it,
hold
everybody else
hold
is
up.
doing it.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Let me ask you this. So should Baltimore City delineate from Chicago?
Hold up. Now,
Hold up,
when
brother.
you-
I'm asking that because
Listen,
you saying we gotta
listen.
get ourselves together. So I should delineate from
So
the
you got
Bronx
to
and Brooklyn?
understand. Well, you got to understand the delineation movement. The delineation movement ain't our ethnic group delineating with inside itself. It's our ethnic group delineating from other ethnic groups. That's what we're doing. So we're unifying ourselves around our shared lineage and culture.
Brother, I understand where you coming from with getting ourselves together. First, it starts with your home, and then it starts with
Exactly.
your
That's what we
outright.
telling you. So
I understand that, but what I'm saying is I'm not going to cut off my people to get myself together. Have you ever heard of Kwame Nkrumah, brother? You ever heard of Kwame Nkrumah? Brother Jake, you there?
yeah, I heard of them.
He was from Ghana, brother, pushing for global unity. He was from Ghana, brother. Jomo Kenyatta, brother. Jomo Kenyatta. He was from Kenya.
Listen.
He was from Kenya pushing. I want you to understand that nobody, and I'm with you here, a president general.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you? I'm 50 years old. How old are you?
I'm 53.
Huh?
I'm 53. How old do you think I am, brother? No, you asked me that.
No, because I'm asking you that because I want you to see how old you are, because I think that you're too old to be thinking like this.
I'm too old to be thinking about black unity globally and not cutting off my people.
There's no such thing as global blackness. If there was a such thing as global blackness, they would be practicing that in Africa, and them 54 countries wouldn't be taken over by 10% of the population, white people.
Well, there you go.
So
white
there ain't no
colonization.
so don't give me that there's a global blackness. Matter of fact,
hold on. So if there's no global blackness, how does the UNIA have divisions in Africa? How does the UNIA have divisions in Montreal? Don't say listen, brother Jake. I'm answering your question.
You asked me a question.
How old are you? 50? Let me educate. You 50, let me educate. There's red, black, and green flying all over in Africa. And it's growing.
That's in Africa.
You just said it. No, and I'm confused. Am I confused? Somebody put it in the chat. You just said, how come there's no global unity in Africa? Pan-African flag, that flag is the UNIA flag.
Man, come
There's
on, man.
UNIA
Hey,
divisions
hold
in
on.
Africa.
Hold
up. I'm answering your question,
What you
good brother.
talking?
I'm asking
No,
you changing the goalposts. Don't change the
Nobody
goalposts.
changes. No.
You sounding like that
What?
referee that cost me
What
that
I said?
championship
What?
in Pop Warner,
You're.
brother. You
Hold on.
sounding like
You
that
talking
referee that
about?
cost me
You talking
that
about a couple
championship, changing the
people?
goal. A
You
couple
talking about a
people.
couple
Now there's
people?
only a couple
You
people.
talking about a couple
Now there's
people?
only a couple
Yeah,
people.
compared
There's
to the
only a
billions of
couple.
people.
There's only a
Compared to the
couple.
500 million, yeah.
There's only a
Compared to the
couple.
500 million people that's
There's
out
only
there,
a couple. Tell me how many
it's a
people are
couple.
trying to get unity in America. Then look at the inner city and
Well,
the crime and the violence
first of all,
and the
Black
gangs.
Americans did.
What are you doing? Let
It
me ask
doesn't
you this. Since
oh,
you worry about delineation, what are you doing to stop the gang violence? You personally.
first
I'll
of all,
digress. What are you doing to stop the black homelessness and the drug problem?
do you want to
I'll
answer,
digress.
or you're
So
gonna keep on?
I'm waiting.
Hold on.
Go ahead, answer, brother.
Hey, I ain't gonna play these rabbit jack dick ass games.
All
If
right,
we're
see,
gonna
now I
talk,
gotta let
and
your
you want
punk
to
ass
fucking
go. Now I
answer,
gotta let your punk ass go.
you
Peace.
want to answer, then you
Bye,
get it.
a-hole. You see what we gotta deal with? He said there's no unity in Africa. Isn't Marcus Garvey's organization, the UNIA, universal? Don't we have divisions in Africa? Didn't the President General, the 10th successor to the Honorable Marcus Garvey, the 11th President General of the Black Government for Our People, just go to Panama? Didn't I just hook up with some brothers, was it Brazil, that's trying to start a division? Like, be for real. You ask a question and then you want to overtalk me by answering the question. That's the difference between me and you. I'm a righteous brother, but I'm not a punk. You're not going to come and punk me in my face or on this. This is about global unity. We trying to unite our people. This is not a game. This is not soft stuff. There are people in that spreading to delineate and separate us. And they talk bad about Marcus Garvey, calling him a tether. By the way, wasn't Marcus Garvey from Jamaica? The brother said he can't name people besides African Americans. I'm going to say African Americans because I'm more than a descendant of a slave. He can't name anybody that's for global unity in Africa. Kwame Nkrumah. Well. Doesn't the UNIA have divisions all over? But now you want to overtalk because your point is baseless, brother. We got problems in Africa. We got problems here in Baltimore City. Yes, we got to take care of our city. That's why I'm a division president of the Universal and Negro Improvement Association in Baltimore City. And we got somebody in DC, in Atlanta, because we're trying to build and get ourselves together. But I also know the first aim and objective in the UNIA is confraternity. This is for all my good brothers and sisters of fraternities. A black fraternity, not Greek. Confraternity. Brotherhood, sisterhood, globally. So when I go to Liberia, I can check in. When I go to Jamaica, I'm good. When I go to these places, I'm good. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. I wanted to have an intelligent conversation with the brother. But the brother, he wants to move the goalposts. Just like that dude that cheated Woodlawn Falcons Pop Warner when I was head coach and we was one game away from going to Florida. The guy really ain't scored, but I'm tripping. He moved the goalposts. Like, if you want to have an intelligent conversation and you really trying to build, you got to be open. I'm open to listening to him. And he made a good point. Yeah, we ain't worried about global unity. We got to take care of here. You got to take care of here. I got to take care of my house. But if my nephew needs me, I got to go help my nephew out if I can. Because that's family. We got to stop this. And this is going over family. I need y'all to understand this. I see brother Dr. Daw in the building. I see Dr. Daw in the building. Family, I need y'all to understand this. I need y'all to understand and hear my passion. This is a problem if we don't step up and start speaking out. These people are it's a lot of them, and they're going after the kids. You heard one of them say, we need to recruit. They're serious. They want to recruit. They want to build. They want to do all of these things, and it's not righteous to say this. It's irresponsible. Listen to these words I'm saying. irresponsible. It's irresponsible. I am not against reparations. If you want to say the descendants of slavery this is the worst form of slavery here. This is the worst form of slavery here. But let's not act like they were speaking French in Africa back then. Everybody's colonized. Let's not act like that. But I want y'all to understand and hear this hate that's spewing out of this people. It's like hate. Okay, man, I ain't worried about Africa right now. I'm worried about here. We'll worry about that later. I respect the brother for saying that. But then you go too far. There ain't nobody over here worried about this or that. Kwame Nkrumah. Oh, yeah. You and I, how many? It's just a few. How do you even know? Because you spilling the hate. You spilling the hate. Hold on real quick, Dr. Dawn. Thank you, family. I'm going to try to go over as many as I can. There's a lot of people up in the building. Again, if you're on YouTube, do me this favor real quick. Hit that subscribe button. Man, we got powerful info like this all the time. All the time. We got powerful info. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I was going to do it today, but I'm not going to do it. We got a game show. A game show. We're going to have African American kids from all over the globe. And they're going to be on here doing trivia. And it's for adults, really. But we're telling you, we want to bring the kids in. So if you know some kids, we want them to have their notes. It's going to be a game show. You're going to love it right here. And for what I understand, Brother James is calling out Brother Asta Bryant. So that's going to be interesting. Hold up, Brother Dahl. Get ready. Let me try to get caught up as much as I can on these chats. And then we get it up. Again, thank you. Let's get the likes up. Peace and blessings. Sister Selena, we need to connect the dots. I think that's what the first guest was saying. Yes. Brother Bill, he's trying to connect the dots, but some people are just spreading hate. Peace, Brother Everett. Peace and blessings to Shaka Sankofa, General of the Street Warriors. Real truth and power. Don't DJ, the goddess Matala, doesn't understand is that the majority of African Americans haven't even heard the name FBA. FBA is a hate group. Thank you. We have black people that are hating their own. He said, if you say so. That's a fact, the way your dialect is. I say so. They going at it in the chat. It's packed up in here. It's the black youth we need to reach. Yes, Sister Selena. And we have to reach them before people like them do. And they start spreading hate. Next is going to be delineating from each other. Then it's going to be, the blacks need to delineate from the whites because the light skin, because the light skins was mostly in the house. So we can get more reparations than them because we was out in the field. When does it stop? When does it stop? Sister Saketa, if you're a citizen here to get reparations, there's no need to be beside yourself with your fellow brothers and sisters. They don't block your dollars if you're already owed in many ways. Ashe. Facts, real truth, and power. Thank you so much. And if you want to put your comments in, I'm going to try to get to them. We got a packed house tonight. I see over 100 people up in somewhere. YouTube, we on Instagram, we on X. Let's build it. Hit the retweets. Let's get it going. This is a powerful conversation. Just said, I don't think I called anybody names. What? The first thing you did when I posted was call me names. And lying, dishonest, disingenuous. Well, if I called you a name, then I truly apologize. I'm very emotional. What did I call you? Was it a Sambo? I'm just saying the way you act and the way you thinking is Sambo-ish. So I am grown enough to say if I called your name, I apologize if you didn't call me a name. But I think you need to understand how you're acting. And if you don't think you're acting like a Sambo, you're highly mistaken. And if you think it's okay, don't take this personal. You a damn Sambo. Demanding reparations for those who owe you reparations is not aligning with them. It is demanding justice. Once again, you proved it. I don't even know what you're talking about. You all over the place. You just talking. You cannot separate from those who call you a kata. They have already separated from you. A lot of them have. Good point. But not all of them. And we got to change their ways. Just like you got to change the Crips' way of thinking about a blood. We got to unify. And the only thing you doing is separating. My good brother, brother Ord, Delineation is a Willie Lynch repackaged. Thank you. Young people are talking about FBA. This separation of ADOS and FBA is European colonization, white nationalism and blackface. There you have it. Brother Bill saying he answered the question about unity. I'm not debating about disunity. Peace and blessings, brother. Oh, that sounds like Sister Marvia. I think we might be up and rocking on UNIA Rock Media. Shout out to Sister Marvia, New York, UNIA. She's saying greetings to the brothers and sisters. Peace and blessings. I got a good brother, Dr. Dog, coming on, y'all. You really going to hear, so stay tuned and please hit that like button. A High Chancellor of the UNIA. Greetings, Sister Antoinette Mosley, my sister. The best High Chancellor than UNIA. Just messing with you, Brother Raymond. But I'm serious. Why you hiding? Yeah, why you hiding? You talking all in that chat, but you hiding. Cam up. We are people. We are one people globally. Race first, Tony Culture. Race first. One people. We cannot be separated. Africans all day. Thank you. You are an agent. That's what he is. As Brother Marua say, William O'Neill sold out the Black Panthers and got a gas station. And that's what that reparations check seems to be if you're going to try to separate ourselves. I answered the question. I'm not debating. I think I got you with that, Brother Bill. Almost there, y'all. Tony Culture. America belongs to the Indians. No way black people are indigenous. That might be another show, Tony Culture. A few people are getting together under the UNIA flag does not equal global black unity. Man, if it was 2 people under the UNIA flag, I'm happy. Unfortunately, the UNIA is growing stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And maybe you should come to Baltimore and check out the African Legion and give them a talk, brother. This dude trying to represent FBA ADOS is 100% fallacious. From the RIP, there is no us. From the RIP, there's no us and them among black people throughout the African diaspora. We are one. Tariq Nasheed is a huge hoax campaign. I agree, Brother Ori. Yeah, he didn't even want to cam up, but my good brother cammed up. Yami Booyah, I don't know what that is. Oh, that's her name, Yami Booyah Save. I'm not sure what you meant there. This guy's still going almost, Dr. Dodd. I just want to make sure we keep y'all engaged and get all y'all conversations. You just called that call an a-hole. Well, he cussed on my show and he disrespected. I didn't cuss at him. Once you go out of line, we can have an intelligent conversation and not disagree. We can have an intelligent conversation and not disagree. But once you start going and cussing and calling me an a-hole and stuff like that, then I forget that where I'm at in my place and time in my life. And, so I apologize. But I didn't say that whole word. And he is an a-hole. So take that as a grain. He's an a-hole. Dishonest line. What am I lying about? I don't know. There's some unity in Africa. It's whitewashed Africans we need to watch out for. Thank you. These Africans that you deal with are colonized and they confused as well. We need a lot of work, family. And this is all it's saying. We need a lot of work. The hate group FBA don't want to have a civil conversation. They can't have a civil conversation. They get upset. The brother answered this question and they want to move the goalposts. Muammar Gaddafi wasn't trying to unify Africa. Okay. When Africa comes to America and tells black Americans you have no culture, you need to stop complaining about reparations. You're lazy, you're stupid, etc. Why would you? Well, I don't know any Africans that do that, and if they did, I wouldn't pay them any mind. I got focus on the ones that's trying to unify, and you need to stop focusing on the ones that's not. You need to stop focusing on negativity. Any intelligent black American want to align with that. You're not intelligent the way it seems. Man, don't get your panties in the bunch. You're starting to sound ignorant. We got to be tough people here. We got to start to, focus on being true to ourselves. Don't get upset because they crushing the FBA up in here tonight. I'm telling you, that's my personal mission to dead that. Burkina Faso didn't invite African Americans into the rebuilding. We got a division member by the name of Cameron Hopkins from South Carolina who was a member of the UNIA Baltimore. He presides and just moved to Burkina Faso. Cameron Hopkins. Can I get a yes in the chat for that? That's a fact. And he also does a website, unia106.org. And he does it from Burkina Faso now. Just talk to him. So you're wrong again. There are studies done by African historians that have studied Ghana. The research has shown Ghanaians participate in selling Africans. I mean, where you going at? Where you going at, man? Where you going at? Where you going at? Stop wasting your energy on individuals that for real bad about themselves. It's called intentional dissension. But we got to speak about it, brother Tashaka, because the kids are getting this. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Oh, shoot. I'm almost done. We got to talk about it. See, sometimes we get caught in not debating. Sometimes we get caught in letting them go. But I need y'all to see this. This is not a couple of people. I want y'all to know that this is a movement. And it's serious. And I got invested personally when this man, Tariq Nasheed, who I thought he was a good brother, Hidden Colors, was introducing people when he disrespected my good UNIA brother, Professor James Smalls, the first person to ever speak at our Baltimore UNIA meeting, when he disrespected him. And then when he disrespected Marcus Garvey. And I'm like, what's going on here? What's going on here? Also, FBA thinks they are Indians. They all over the place. I don't know why people don't want to be Africans. Brother James, I got to check with my man. We just mentioned him, Brother Cameron, who's in Burkina Faso. I'm telling you, you got to get this UNIA life and see if we're ready to put them books on there. We got them on there. We just got to get everything right. Brother James does great work. He has some great children's books for you guys. One is about Marcus Garvey. One is about the red, black, and green. One is also about Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X. So they're children's books, and we push them in the UNIA. Pre-Columbians, Black Americans, today's pre-Columbus, Black Americans, and today's Black Americans. This is a fact. I will say this. Were there Africans over here before Columbus? If I'm not mistaken, Africans helped Columbus get here. Yes. There were Africans here, but they were Africans, man. They were Africans over here. Stop trying to move the goalposts. It's my co-host from the, I don't know what you're saying, Welcome Yami. Okay. See, I think you talked about somebody, Sister Cat. They killed Gaddafi over unity. And she's saying, peace, Sister Cat. Two more, brother, Dr. Dahl. You cannot ignore an immigrant who comes from another country. He's calling our people immigrants. Inserts him herself into your politics and promotes policies that are anti-Black American. Anyone who says ignore them is delusional. It may be happening, it may not, but source up, because I have no idea what you're talking. Man, you all over the place. You just hate your own self. And the last one, Dr. Dahl. What about the African born in America? Do they get reparations from America? The reparations thing is great, but I got a question. Where are we even at with reparations? And let me bring in my next doctor. Sister Sakes laughing about that. Let me bring in my doctor. My doctor, because I had my captain in, Captain ADOS. Real quick before I bring Dr. Dawn, and I want y'all to understand how this started. There were people in ADOS getting on me because I said ADOS and FBA are the same. Yvette Cornell, founder ADOS, actually was responding to me off and on when I say things. I ask good questions. But I kept saying, can you denounce that you want to delineate from Africans and all Black people all over the world? She wouldn't respond. My good brother, the Captain ADOS. My good brother, the Captain ADOS came on and he said, no, it's in there. Desegregate, whatever, it's all the same. You want to separate yourself from Africans. And I was like, I don't know, Captain. You sure? He said, I pay dues. I'm really ADOS. I'm the captain. I pay dues. And so my good brother Captain screenshotted it. And everybody was up in arms. They were mad at the captain. I think that's why the captain ain't pop up here. They was getting on my good captain. And I don't think that's fair. He was only speaking facts. But let me bring on my good brother, my doctor, Dr. Dennis Assault Winkler. Peace and blessings, good brother. I hope I wasn't out of line today, but these people, I've been passionate about this all week. We got to stand up. We got to speak out. We got to get our propaganda going to let them know that we are here. We have an answer, that we are about unifying our people here, everywhere. And this hate speech stuff. See, they're not just talking about reparations. You see what they do. They start talking about Africans coming in, and it's all over the place, brother. It's all over the place. But please introduce yourself to the people, Dr. Daw. Oh, let me make sure you unmuted. You might have to see if you can unmute yourself. I don't want to hit the button. I might have hit it. All right, but hold tight. See if you can figure it out. Hey, family, hold tight. We're going to pay our bills real quick. Quick break. I'll be right back, and we'll see if my good brother, Dr. Daw, can get his stuff together. Travel.
I used to think vacations meant white sand and pool drinks, until I realized I was skipping my story. I've got 10 days to reconnect with my roots, or spend another year feeling like a tourist in my own identity. So I booked with Black Star Travel. They don't do tours, they build homecomings. Real connection, real culture, no filters. I thought I'd be the outsider, but the moment I stepped off that plane, I felt seen. They weren't just places, they were pieces of me I never knew I lost. Travel with purpose, travel with pride, travel with Black Star.
Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. That is Black Star Travel. Our UNIA division in Baltimore has a travel agency. We're working on getting more dependency with that agency. But we have a travel agency. So if you want to get hotels or planes, just check us out. blackstartravel.net. blackstartravel.net. We're trying to build economically for our people. And we're trying to unite for our people. So let me see if my good brother, Dr. Daw, is good. Peace and blessings, good brother. Can we hear you? I still think you muted. Tight. I don't want to press nothing. Got you. I got you.
You got me?
I got you. Try to square up a little. I only see half your face. A little bit.
Is that good?
A little bit further. The other way. There we go. You there. You there, brother.
Okay. Peace, family. Peace, President Winchester. What it is? It sounds like you had quite a powerful and exciting start here.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
So I know you been in the chat. I know you heard what was going on, and I know I kept you abreast of what was happening. First thing, there's a lot of people in ADOS that weren't aware of delineation, desegregation, whatever you want to say. A lot of people weren't aware that was separating from our people was a part of ADOS. So I'm worried about Captain ADOS. He might be missing in action. They might have took him out, brother. But also, what do you think about these comments and these people? Because I know you've been an advocate of going at these people. And I told you, like, I really got invested when these people started listening to Tariq Nasheed calling Marcus Garvey a tethering and things he was saying. I really was like shocked by it. But I mean, just go into it, brother, because I know you've been going at it a while with him.
Yeah, so I appreciate it. The one thing you
hold up, introduce
yourself,
yourself, brother. Introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are. It's packed in here tonight.
Okay. Dr. Dennis Assault Winkler, UNIA member in Baltimore, founder of TNAT Holistic Wellness Center, Temple of New African Thought, Co-founded Diaspora and Soul Jamaican American Fusion Restaurant. For those who asked the question, Jamaican American Fusion, my wife is from Jamaica, and I am from the United States. That's my lineage, which goes all the way back to with those enslaved Africans who were fighting and resisting here on these shores. So just to put that out. But nonetheless, we come together as a Pan-African family, and we do great things in the community. Everything from, it's a wellness center, everything from your mental to your physical. And we can also fill your belly up with some good eats. Diaspora and Soul, Jamaican and American Fusion. So that soul is that American, African-American soul, and that African-Jamaican soul.
Hold on, Doc. For those that don't know, Friday, during our convention week of the UNIA, we'll be having a panel discussion at your spot, and so they're going to be able to taste that good food. So it's supposed to be a lot of people coming, and we want the city to come too. That's going to be packed. I'm just letting you aware of that, Doc. So just give you, it's going to be a little packed. But before you go, there go the Kofi Cocoon. He won't say a word about non-FBAs disrespecting and undermining FBAs, but he got a whole bug up his a-hole when FBAs clap back. That's exactly what FBAs are doing, clapping back. You're not clapping back, we're clapping back now. Go ahead, Dr. Dog, go ahead.
So I think it's essential that we speak about this idea of delineation and how they mean it. Like we define what they mean by it, because it tends to be confused by many. Although I think that most of us are right still. They want to disconnect, but really what they're saying is they want to delineate. And they want to distinguish themselves as Black Americans, different than those who are Jamaican American, those who are Nigerian American, those who are Trinidadian American, so on and so forth, right? So they're like, and part of the conversation has been that it's because they get to take benefits and rights from us as people whose ancestry that have been enslaved here in the United States. And that sounds very, let's say, what's the word I'm looking for? It seems on the surface, it seems like it's not harmful. And a lot of people can even agree with that to some great degree. But the problem is this: what they call delineating and saying everybody else is delineating has already been done. The fact that most people know when they say African American, they know who you're talking to. That's why when you say you are an African American, our Trinidadian, our Jamaican, our Nigerian American brothers and sisters, they know or Nigerian brothers or sisters, whether or not they're here, or our Jamaican brothers, they know what an African American is, and there's some loose usage with all types of ethnonyms. You know what I mean? So African American is specifically the group of people here whose ancestry came from through chattel slavery, and they have all this debate around, and it was created with that intent. And also, when you look through academia and you look at journals and all that, typically that is the definition that you get. So the fact that they think that ADOS, and that's going to be an ethnic marker, is problematic. Who's going to walk around calling themselves ADOS? I'm sorry. Most sane people are not going to be calling themselves African descendant of slavery. Who, with any righteous thought in mind, would even think to give us such a ridiculous ethnonym? I'm going to walk around calling myself an African descendant of slave? Are you crazy?
Oh,
but nonetheless, what? Hold on.
Oh, you're going in, Doc.
So then you have their more scutterbutt version of them, FBA, Foundational Black American, which is a lot more catchy. And that's why you have lots of people. Whoa, a little dude just hurt himself. You all right? All right. Ooh.
I thought you was in trouble there, Doc.
I did too. They out here for me. They out here for me. My Baltimore people out here for me.
You ruffle a lot of feathers, Doc. You ruffle a lot of feathers. But we love
so who's gonna walk around calling themselves ADOS, and then you have FBA, which is more of a devolution of ADOS. And FBA is headed by Tariq Allah Nasheed, as Tahaka Bay says. And this fool gets to walk around. I don't call people fools, but I call him one. You get what I'm trying to say? I will call him one because he is hurting our community. I want to go back for a minute, though. And I understand our elders, and I understand even those of us that say, save your energy for the struggle. You are fighting the struggle. That's the problem that I want to make very clear. That when you have traitors amongst you, you must deal with them. And we also must understand that...
Hold on, Doc. Say that again.
When we have traitors amongst us, we must deal with them.
What? Oh, go ahead, brother. Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead, Doc.
You're not going to have unity without holding people accountable. I know we think that we can just kumbaya this thing. And in fact, I'll be honest with you, and this is not anybody, but because I always hear it. It's kind of like when I hear people come on and they say, well, you know what, brother, I don't waste my energy doing this. Oh, brother, I don't waste my energy doing that. In some ways, they're saying you shouldn't do it. And then, so the thing is, they'll say they're not fighting, but they're actually trying to convince you. They're debating you not to do it. Why are you debating these people? Stop doing it, President Winchester. Well, if you're not debating the people that I'm debating, you're debating me. Why are you making it? Why are you debating me versus debating them who are about disunity? You'd rather debate me about fighting for unity. And what you are doing, and we don't have to argue about unity. We don't have to do all these type of things, but we can identify problems in our community, and maybe we can do better at times of keeping our cool and keeping ourselves regulated and all that type of thing. Because these brothers and sisters are our brothers and sisters, but they're hurt. So we have to be prepared. We have to be able to have. We have to be able to regulate our emotions. We have to also have times where we strike. It's not one way to do it. So when people say you're wasting your time, or you need to save your energy for the struggle, or I'm just looking out for you, I get it. But guess what? We have to also understand that Tariq Nasheed, when even Bill Gooden was on earlier, he said he's thinking about the time when Marcus Garvey had all these people in the marches and stuff, but don't realize that Tariq Nasheed has just as many people in his goddamn chat board.
Yeah.
So we got to really wake up to where people are finding their leadership at. People are finding their leadership in these clowns. Excuse my language.
You good.
But they're finding their leadership. You talking about marches, they don't have to march anymore. They turn on this live and they start talking. And people don't even have to leave their room. They're being fed a bunch of foolishness. They're being fed hate. They're being fed messages of division. So delineation again is a farce. It's fake because we've already delineated. We don't need to delineate anymore. My wife is Jamaican. She knows that she don't call herself no African American, and most people from the Caribbean ain't gonna just start calling themselves African American. And the research shows and supports that even those who do so are doing so and showing solidarity. Also, the research shows this. We keep crying as quote-unquote FBA and quote-unquote ADOS that they don't like us and they don't like this and they don't like that and all these type of things. But the reality is the research and the data supports that, especially those brothers and sisters from the Caribbean, they show more solidarity with those of us African Americans who they want to call FBA and ADOS than we show them. But the research also shows that the relationship is cyclical. Africans, African Americans, and Afro-Caribbeans show each other solidarity more than the other. So they show each other, they have strong forms of solidarity. Are we going to disagree? Are we going to think that the way I talk, I'm a little slicker? Are we going to think my music's better? Are we going to want our track stars to run a little faster? Are we going to have these things? Yes, because I'm from Baltimore. I'm from East Baltimore, Northeast Baltimore, and Brother Everett is from West Baltimore, and he want the teams over there, the basketball teams, to beat the brakes off the teams over here in East Baltimore.
TeamRumbleFamily.com. TeamRumbleFamily.com. We take any kids. We ain't trying to win no more since that. So Team Rumble Family, if you want your kid out the street, send them to me. We got them. Go ahead, Doc. But Doc, hold on real quick. I want you to answer one question because I think, there's a shift. I think we had this conversation, and I was telling you the reason I'm got into YouTube and everything was kind of my kids and my grandkids. Or I might not even be on YouTube like that. Now I like on YouTube and all of these media platforms a lot more. Talk about the disconnect between us and the youth and how they're getting all of their information off of social media and YouTube and the internet. Like they don't even read books anymore. They get they download the books or they read, so talk about that a little bit.
Well, let's keep it a buck. Even those of us, when I look at my ratings, most of the people that are looking at YouTube and most of these people that call themselves FBA, people are saying it's youth, but they're even people our ages. They're the adults. So these people are teaching these children that in their homes. So even if the children aren't looking at it, if you remember the guy, I Show Speed, I've never heard about him before, the young man who went to Africa and went all around and stuff like that. I know people got different opinion about what he did there, whether it was worthwhile and all that type of thing. But how he came under my radar is that I heard his father and him debating whether or not they were African. His father said he's a Native American. His mama said that she from here and all this old type of stuff. And I Show Speed, I didn't know who he was. He just was laughing at his father and say, you can't be real. You can't be real. But nonetheless, a father like him is in all these children's house. I mean, like in many of these people's households. So you don't even have to go to the internet to get this stuff because the people's fathers and mothers are teaching them this. I have clients every day who are younger than their mother and father, and they say, my mother thinks we're Native American. Oh, she don't think we're African. And they think that Africans are dirty. They think Africans are savages. They think being black, they're not black. They're not none of that. Some of them black, some of them not black, some of them Native, some of them not Native, some of them a little bit of whatever. We have an identity problem. But nonetheless, youth get most of their information offline, just like the rest of us are even. So, and they're even better at it because we had other forms of media. I know we think people still reading newspapers. I know we think people still reading books. But the reality is people are doing they're taking in all types of forms of media, and social media is one of the main forms.
Yes. Yeah, and we have to understand that we're making a major push in the UNIA to start really pushing. We're doing a lot better, and we're going to keep pushing because it's a recruiting tool. It's a educational tool. And YouTube is a part of social media, which they really do. When I was doing the basketball, I guess I still do, but helping college athletes high school athletes get scholarships with a program I have called Prospect Exposure. Twitter was a main way to communicate with the coaches, to send your information out there. That's how a lot of people went global, just off of highlights and things. So now they got the TikTok and stuff. And some of that stuff, it's definitely we don't want to be on. I mess with it from time to time. But we have to really be active and let people know at least who we are as the UNIA, or who we are as Pan-Africans, or who we are as people that's trying to unify, and just who we are as positive people in the community. Because that's what's going to attract the youth right now. And as you can see, these people are on a major campaign to recruit for hate. And the truth is that's dangerous. It's dangerous and irresponsible. Dangerous.
And the truth is, and I hear Baba Bill saying, well, he never tells somebody else how to fight, and I agree with that. But we have to, I think, to some degree, people like Brother Everett need, like when we hear that though, I don't get involved with that. I don't waste my time on that. It begins to it seems like to others when they hear that, they're now frowning upon how you're doing it. So what I'm saying is people like Brother Everett and those of us who are on these social media platforms also need to hear, you know what, I see what you're doing, or check into it, because he's not wasting his time. And in fact, one of the major problems we have in these Pan-African spaces, or African-centered spaces, or just black spaces in Baltimore City and other places like it, or these pro-black spaces, or however you want to call it, is that we suck at social media, where everybody else is taking off on it. We think that somehow people are going to show up on NBC one day, or they're going to be in the Afro or something. And that's not what's going to happen. These people are taking over on social media. It's not going to look like yesterday. I'm saying I was also under that, like I can easily, people my age can still be stuck in that. But the reality is, we have to use media as propaganda. And if we only have 2 people looking at our videos, I'm telling you, we got to do a little better. And sometimes we too daggone nice. And what I mean by too nice is I'm very nice. I'm about healing. I'm about liberation. I'm not even mad at my FBA brothers and sisters or ADOS brothers and sisters. I understand why they lost. I know why they lost. I get why they're lost. I understand the hurt, the pain, and the identity problem that's happening. But the thing is, I also understand that who we are up against are really, really manipulative, tricky, and we be trying to play clean. And I'm saying you can play clean, but you got to play smart. And if you only got 6 people looking at you every time you go live, I'm telling you, we got to do better. If you only even like me and Everett got 120 something people in here right now.
They all over the place. Facebook, Twitter, they all over the place.
But the reality is, if you go into these people's lives that are feeding us this toxicity, they have what you're talking about, Baba Bill. They have thousands of people telling them to separate from these coons, separate from these fools, these Africans, these Jamaicans, these tether lovers, tether lovers, like Brother Everett would be called a tether lover. And
so, break that down for the people that don't know what that is, Doc. Because the reason is because Tariq Nasheed called Marcus Garvey a tether. And then he wound up calling Professor Smalls one. And yes, he will call me one as well. And people may not know what that term means.
So basically, they try to be smart and try to be intellectually slick and saying that the tether is not a derogatory, it's only a term for those black immigrants who they sometimes even say they're not black. You know, they say they're not black. The only black people in the world are people in the Foundation of Black Americans, and that's. But nonetheless, those that we know as black immigrants, whether they're from Nigeria or they're from Port-au-Prince, they will say when they come here, these particular class of people tether on to African-American culture and actually take and rob from them and gain all the rewards and even lift up and participate in the successes of African-American people. But whenever anything goes wrong, they don't want no parts of that. So they take from us, but they don't reciprocate it. And that's not to say none of that is actually happens. But the reality is that's not most of what happens. And in fact, the research supports that. And then also they say it's not a derogatory term. Well, it is a derogatory term only for those people who really are hostile and tether off of our culture at our demise. But the reality is they will call you a tether, me a tether. They actually call Marcus Garvey a tether. But I'm not supposed to be able to be a tether.
They just say the term because and they make the term more demeaning, and they just use it just to use it. You know what I mean?
Yes. Because they call everybody a tether now. It doesn't matter. Like, for example, the brother was in the chat earlier, and he said Westmore's a tether. See, Westmore is not supposed to be a tether. Because Westmore, because he has like one parent with some Jamaican and some other Islander type of parentage, and then but they how are you going to call him a tether when one of his parents is through America? See, they said that that's not even supposed to be a tether. The same thing with Candace Owens. So anybody can be a tether if you disagree with them, although they have a different definition than that.
This person JD via Shield. I'm going to keep recording this live so when you try to dissect it and repost the edited version, I'm not going to repost it. And if it's something I said that I'm wrong, you have the opportunity to come and correct me. We had your captain, if you're ADOS, Captain ADOS on. There was no argument whatsoever. It was actually a respectful conversation, even though I think the captain crazy. You know, he didn't cam up, but he had us, you know, I hooked him up. It's our respect. The dude just was out of line because we argue on Twitter. He wants to cuss because I'm answering his questions. And he wants to start getting loud and stuff. But you're welcome to come on. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Educate me. I was wrong about some things. And Captain ADOS came and showed me that it's in the books that they want to desegregate from other people or however word term you want to use. So you're welcome to come on. I'm not the type of person to just go at you like that. We can have a good conversation and talk. It's not personal. You're making it personal. You're calling people names. You're making it personal. I told you, I'm just saying how you're acting. And if you saying I'm acting that way to call me a name, okay, but you can come on. The people here in the chat, they want you to come on, but you're not coming on. So if the only way you can correct me is by dissecting my video, okay. I don't know who you are, so I probably wouldn't get the video unless you send it to me. But Pat Nato sent me a video dissecting my stuff, and then he came on. So I'll say this: if you can't cam up, shut up. Go ahead, Doc.
No, that's a fear tactic, a part of the cult of FBA and the cult of ADOS, especially FBA. They're a cult, and I think we should continue to speak to them as being a cult because they are make-believe ethnogenesis. They have a make-believe ethnogenesis. They think that FBA represents all Black Americans, and they try to push that agenda. The reality is they're a subgroup at best, and the reality, I didn't have much more to say, but the reality is a real fight that needs to be fought. And also, even without that, it's not even about Tariq Nasheed per se, but I will argue and I maintain that we have to be better in these spaces because we want to know why people don't show up, because we don't know how to reach the people.
That's right. That's right. Well, I thank you, good Doc. I see Brother James in the building, and I don't want nobody falling on you. Sister Eartha was in here, by the way. She said, hey, I missed that. I saw that, and I went to click on it, but the chat's going crazy, Sister Eartha. So
can I say this before I go?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to say peace to the elders.
I got you, Sister Eartha.
Peace to everybody. And I don't mean any harm, but what I do mean, and I respect everyone's position, everybody where they are in their lives and all that type of thing, where they at. But I would suggest that when you see us out here looking like we acting a fool, ask us a question and ask us what's going on. And I think that, like, even my own father, he was like, what's all this stuff? Until he really saw what was going on, he thought it was just foolishness. And then we talked about it, and he saw after me going in, he's like, man, this is ridiculous. This is bad. So he said, look, go ahead and go harder. So what I'm saying is, if y'all have any questions, please hit me up, because this is not a fruitless fight. And in fact, we do have to be better in propaganda. Peace and power.
Hold up before you go, Doc. Just talk about your podcast real quick and what you got going on and when you going back live.
Well, in fact, if go over to Dr. That's Dr. Dennis Asal Winkler, and I'm going back live probably on Tuesday. Maybe you'll come by, but Tuesday, if not Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I just did a podcast on last evening speaking about FBA as a cult. ADO and FBA are different. They're the same, but they just let's say, they present differently, but they all have the same wicked agenda of divisiveness. If I really have to be honest, they are counterintelligence. They are, and if we sit back and not take them seriously, I think we've been doing that too long. Lots of times we say that we like, oh, let's not do that, or we got to do something different. And I think what we've been doing is, Bob Alosi spoke about the other day, we retreated. But he said, I read a post he put out earlier, and I agree with it. Like, no, it's time for that Black nationalism, Black Pan-Africanism. And you don't even have to use those words, but we understand what we mean.
I say, good doctor. I appreciate you. And I'm going to try to come through this week, and we'll definitely build. And I appreciate everything you do. And
likewise.
Thank you for hosting Friday night at convention. I appreciate you.
Will do. Peace. Thank you.
All right. Peace and blessings. All right. That was Dr. Dahl. I see Baltimore UNIA first assistant president. I'm sorry. I'm wrong term. I see Baltimore Division first vice president. Brother James Richardson is about to come on. It's packed in here, family. You know, we are getting it in. So I got to do this for y'all. I have to just say I appreciate everybody for coming in and paying this, our show. Thank you so much. Before I bring James in, our UNIA does a lot of things. And one of the things we do in Baltimore City is we take the youth and we go out and we go hiking. Play a quick thing on that, and we're going to bring James in, and we're going to really go deep into the psychological mess that we're in to say that we want to separate from our people.
Used to think nature was a lie. Baltimore don't have forests, just corner stores and concrete. But then I heard UNIA hikes every Sunday. I thought, what if I just show up? I gotta reach that ridge before sundown, or miss the moment that's waking my whole spirit up. Bro, it's not just trees, it's legacy. Elders dropping Garvey wisdom while we climb. Youth beating drums, sisters laughing under waterfalls. We see hawks, foxes, fire in the sky. City stress, gone. Every Sunday we reclaim the wild like it's our birthright. First time I touched river water, I cried. This ain't no hike, this is revival. Every step, we get louder. Every week, more of us come. This is Marcus Garvey's army in hiking boots. Black unity, in motion. Now I don't walk alone. I lead the line. Dwayne, UNIA. Follow for more and come hike with your people. Sundays, Baltimore. Marcus Garvey's UNIA.
Baltimore don't sleep, we move. Hands in the dirt, feet on the block, food in the streets, knowledge to the youth. This ain't charity, this is power. The Universal Negro Improvement Association running the community like infrastructure. No permission, no waiting. Black self-reliance in real time. Legacy heavy, boots planted, all in the name of Marcus Garvey. UNIA Baltimore Division 106, Barker Clark. We working. All right, family, if you're in the Baltimore area, unia106.org. Also, please check out UNIA Rock Media, the YouTube channel. I'm working on getting this, be able to stream to the website as well. We're still working on that. But uniarockmedia.com, or go to the, no, we're not on it now, but go to the YouTube, UNIA Rock Media. If you're on Facebook, and definitely, of course, Real Truth and Power. YouTube, Real Truth and Power, where we provide health, wealth, and knowledge itself. And also, a lot of people in the building. You don't have to hit the like button. You can hit the thumbs down button. But let's get the algorithms up, because these are important conversations that people that don't know about this, that people that aren't aware of what's going on, we need to get that information out. So do me that favor. Kill that like button. Hit it hard. Hit it hard. Hit it hard. If you just getting on the show, hit that like button. Let's get the algorithms up. And guess what? Even if you hit the thumbs down, that helps. It builds up. It builds up. So I'm going to bring on my next guest. He is first vice president of the UNI in Baltimore City. Peace and blessings, good brother. Can we hear you? Hold on. Don't do nothing. Unmute yourself, Brother James.
All right. Can you hear me now?
I got you, good brother. What's going on with you?
Nothing much, man. It's been a very, very interesting and exciting night, man. It's a lot of emotions been flying around. I've been just taking notes.
Hold up, Brother James. Before you say that, because some people don't know me, I do get emotional, especially if you grew up with me. But one of the things is that I want people to know why I'm so emotional is because it's getting to the kids. It's like it's getting to the kids, and like the kids come up and like, yo, what's this mean, coach? Like, is that what y'all are for? And coach, they talking bad about Marcus Garvey. I'm like, who? Like, what is this? And that's when it's I have to draw the line, because our goal is to educate and provide better situations for our youth. And so I just can't allow these people to go and do this. And if I'm wrong in what I'm saying about them, they can come in and explain themselves. Just like Captain ADOS the other night. Captain ADOS, nobody had a problem with him. But these people are worse, because Captain ADOS didn't really come with hate. He just came with a little ignorance, brother, a little off. But, go ahead, Brother James. I just wanted to let people know that.
Yeah, and just listening to the different people, you know what I mean, that's come on, and reading some of the things in the chat. I'd just like to address a couple of those things, man. One, when you say that we're going to separate ourselves from Africa, and that we were here first, and that they changed the indigenous African here in America to be the Indian, and then they separated us from there. Uh, we were here thousands of years before Columbus. This is true. And when the European got here, they identified the Negro as an Indian. This is true. But the point that you're separating yourself from is that indigenous person that was here was African.
Go ahead, brother.
So you still consider to separate yourself from Africa when it was Africans that were here. It was Africans that were named as Indians. I agree with you 100%. You know what I mean? But you are missing the point that you're still separating yourself from Africa. The first and people that were enslaved on their own land. It was African people that were here that were first enslaved in their own country on their own land. With that said, when you say that, that these people don't care about us, they don't like us, they already separated from us, I wonder how many of you have actually been to Africa. You're only dealing with a couple of people, if you're even dealing with any people, if you're actually even dealing with any Africans that are showing you hate, because most of them don't. The vast majority of them don't. And if we're going to talk about like 1-2% of like the people, then obviously you got a whole lot more fundamental Black Americans that hate against you more than you have the African, the Caribbean, the South Americans, that you would in that your own people that you want to pull away with. You have more people there hating against you. And when you say that they inject themselves into your politics, into our politics, what politics? What politics? They can't inject themselves into anything unless you vote for them.
That's right.
If you're not voting for them, then they can't inject themselves into like the politics. When we start talking about politics and we're talking about how the one brother that came on was like, we went to South Africa, we went here, we went there. What did they do for us? Let's not forget that the Clintons blocked billions of dollars that Libya tried to give to us. Let's not forget that the United States tried to stop Farrakhan from going over to Africa and collecting money to bring back to help our communities. Let's not forget that Malcolm X raised millions of dollars when he went to Africa to bring back to, our communities. So to say that Africans, don't want to unite with us is not true. These are coming from people that I don't believe that ever stepped foot on the continent. Because if you had, you would understand the love that they have for us. They have love for us.
Hold on, Jay Rich. I don't want to get too caught up behind on the chats. What are we doing now fighting over pedigree of who's more Black? At this time, not one Black organization has the power to change the conditions of the people. I disagree with you, Brother Keith. I think we have a lot of Black organizations, especially my organization, that can change the conditions of the people. But you got to get on board. Where your membership at, Brother Keith Scott? We waiting on you. Stop talking. Come on over to the UNIA. Brother Charm said, facts. Still repeating a lie of the definition of tether. Well, come on and tell us what it means then. Stop talking from the side. They call anybody a tether that disagrees with them. Yes, they did. Indeed, Dr. Dennis. Yes, he's agreeing with Dr. Daw. The truth will always prevail over lies, dishonesty, and disingenuous rhetoric and posturing. I got my glasses on tonight. The reason you all feel the need to attempt to undermine FBAs so much is because FBAs move the needle. You don't. FBAs don't move the needle, but I'm gonna make sure that they don't. That's the difference. I would love to see Tahaka Bay, you and Dr. Daw on the same live talking about FBA. They actually want to do that. I'm holding that up because that could go real south real quick. That might be something that could go real off if all the three of us in the same room. But I think it'll be very entertaining and very informational. I'll let them know. But I think Brother Tahaka mentioned that to Dr. Daw that we need to do a live together. Baba Oi, wow, the hike is phenomenal. Yes, every Sunday, Baba. Come on out. Don't worry about it. We'll pause for you. You know, it's a couple of hills, but we'll pause. We have water. I'll find out if we go on Sunday because our second vice president is the host. But yes, we go hiking. We definitely go hiking. Nonsense. Whites vote them in specifically so they can undermine Black Americans. Vote who in? Like, you all over the place. I mean, at some point, you know what? I tell my basketball team sometimes, James. Sometimes we got to take a defeat with a head up, brother. You losing. FBA took an L tonight. People are starting to understand that y'all not what you're supposed to be. When those are called allies are aligning with, he just hates Africans and everybody else. But yeah, thank you. We all caught up on the chats. If you put your chat in there, we'll read it before the end of the night. I try to get to all the chats because I appreciate all of you tuning in and getting this information, and it's very important. And one of the things before you go, Brother James, I want to say it's very important that we make sure our youth are getting the right messages and that we are strong so that they can receive it. But
let me
go ahead, brother.
Okay, so with that said, the UNIA has a school in Africa that teaches about Pan-Africanism. Do we not?
Yes.
Was it not the Baltimore division that started a school in Africa?
The Marcus Garvey Driller School.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did we not have our first graduation? They took them kids to, what is it, primary school last year?
Yes. Well,
and we're going to have more kids okay, right. And we're going to have more kids graduate this year, and so on and so forth. The school is growing strong. So when we talk about youth and we're talking about connecting with Africa, do we not have people in Africa? Did the Ghanaian president not open up his doors and say, any Black American that wants to come over here, come on, the doors are open.
That's right.
Did he also not reach out to other African countries to say, hey, we need to unify? You have so many Black leaders now in Africa that are inviting us to come over. So when you say that, oh, they ain't doing anything for us, they're begging you to come over. They're begging us to come over. So that's disingenuous. To say that white people vote in Africans to undermine us. Okay.
Hold up.
Hold
up, James.
Hold on. No.
I'm just want to make sure you talking about elections, brother. I want to make sure you watch what you say. I don't want them coming after you, brother. I can handle it. I don't want them coming after you. Them Dems and Republicans, brother. So just be easy, brother. Be easy. I don't want them coming after you.
Okay. Name an African politician that has blocked a bill that stopped you from getting some type of benefit, or there was a bill on the floor that would have benefited you that this African blocked it. Name it. We sit here and we talk about, we just keep going around in the same old circle over some nonsense. You're so worried about getting reparations in this reparation check. Where's the bill that has reparations in it for you? Name that bill. What bill is it that they have, that they're reading on the floor right now in Congress that has reparations in?
How long is
there is none.
How long has HR 40 been going on, brother? How many years?
How much money is earmarked to pass in any bill for reparations? None. Absolutely none. When the Maryland State delegates said that we want to explore how we can do reparations or whatever, it got shut down immediately. It didn't get read in. It didn't get voted on. It didn't move at all. It got shut down before it even got started. Name the African that led that march. So when I say that you don't have to go with it, they haven't injected themselves into our politics. You need to name me that African or those African senators, those African representatives that are shutting down what you're trying to do. The mentality that goes into fighting over something that you don't have, to me, is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's like all of us, we meet up at the lottery machine and get mad that somebody picked the number that you were going to pick and that number didn't win. And you're sitting here fighting over money that you ain't got. You're sitting here fighting over money that you're not going to get. And they've made that very clear. I would love to know, raise your hand in the chat right now if you think that Donald Trump is going to pass into law a reparation check for any of you.
Yeah, put that in the chat. Because that answer is no. They taking voting rights away. So they making sure reparations don't pass. And then I want to, Brother James, hold up. I want to know what I get in this with them. And again, I'm not going to lie. Some of these debates, I'm not beefing on social media with these people. Jake on call, he's special. Got a lot of love for him. He's special. He all over the place. But I'm not beefing with him. We be having intelligent conversations. So I asked them same questions. How many politicians are openly speaking up about reparations? That's one question. You know, I asked them, do we have financial literacy in our community? And they say, yeah, we do. Yeah, yes, you're mistaken. And they name these stats. I can only go on what I know. If you give somebody on North and Penn $1 million, it's going to be gone. Hopefully they buy a house or something, but how are they going to invest it? How are they going to keep it? Because they've never had a lot of money. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe these people are looking at these stats are for people out in the suburbs or things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I'll be worried if you gave me $1 million. Real talk. Maybe I invested in too much into the community. Maybe I'll, get me a big house and then realize I got to pay so many taxes on it and all my money's gone. And I get me a cut. Who knows? Maybe I invest in the wrong business. But as a whole, if you say we're financial literate, have financial literacy, we always need more. So why would you say we're good? Like, these people are really putting out bad information and it's harmful. I'm using these words, harmful. You know what I'm saying?
The first sign that
irresponsible. Go ahead, brother.
One of the first signs that economic literacy is present is when you see all of these empty buildings up and around the city, and you talk about, but you don't see Black investment firms and Black investments buying up these buildings and turning them back over to the community, investing back into the community. You see people from out of state. There are more people that don't live in Maryland. Some of them don't even live in this country, investing in the city of Baltimore. Where are our interest groups that are buying up these buildings? Where are interest groups that say, all right, City Hall isn't about to do anything, then let us go ahead and buy this building and turn it into a community center. Let us go ahead and do this. Let us go ahead and do that. It doesn't happen. That's the same reason why when the boys' school gets shut down, you don't see all of Baltimore turning out the same way they did with Freddie Gray. They should have been out in droves. This school is turning young boys into young men. Where's the outrage? So we don't have education. We don't even have control over our education because Baltimore has one of the biggest budgets in the country when it comes down to education, and yet we're not even in the top 1,000 cities in the country. So when we talk about
place, brother, you're going to a dangerous
hey man,
place.
these are facts. These are straight facts. These are straight facts that we have to come together at some point and unite. Once we unite and we get what it is that we need to get, then we can start to break off and be like, okay, well, I'm gonna take this part of the city. You can have that part of the city because now we run the city. Now we run our communities. We can't keep running back to these Asians and giving all our money to the Asians and then turn around and ask, where's the leadership? Why our money, you know what I mean? Why the money in our community isn't helping our community? We can't keep turning to other people in the community, giving them our money, because this is all a part of that literacy, is it not?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So
all our money, we get all of these reparations. That's probably why they give it to us. They'll be setting.
I don't even know why we're having a conversation about reparations. Why are we having a conversation about reparations? Who's pushing this? Who is pushing this? Who is going to get it done? Who is going over talking to the Republicans that are taking away your voting rights? They're saying, "Hey, listen, I know you're trying to take away our voting rights. I know you're trying to take away Medicaid. I know you're going to cancel cancer research. I know you're trying to cancel cancer coverage under Medicaid for cancer patients. I know you're trying to take away the WIC. I know you're trying not to feed people. You're making it impossible for people to buy homes, and you want them to rent everything. Rent everything. So you are constantly a financial slave. But as long as, you know what I mean, as long as we're on the line with Africans, I guess all of that is cool. Ain't no reparations. Ain't no reparations coming down the pipe because they're taking everything from you. And if you can't see that because you are so busy worrying about what one African that you probably don't even know may have had something to say, it's absolutely crazy to me. Go to Africa, then come back and have a conversation with me. Go to Morocco, go to Senegal, go to any one of these countries, go to Nigeria, go to Ghana, and come back and talk to me. Go to Tanzania, go to Ethiopia, go to Libya, and see your brothers and sisters being sold in an open, free slave market. And then tell me that we don't need to unite.
Hold on, Brother James. I'm glad you paused. One thing that Dr. Dawes said he forgot was that one thing that I forgot to say is that Africa don't need everybody in the world to come together. That is a bad argument. Hold on. Those who will see the live will disagree with that FBA laws. Whatever you need to tell yourself. Listen, I don't care if FBA won a loss, to be honest with you. I'm just messing with you. The bottom line is we just need to come together and unify. And yes, we have issues all over the world with each other unifying. But we shouldn't spread hate. And you kept saying there's no self-hate. And then you went on and just started talking about Africans and people voting them in and things of that nature. So you all over the place, man. And I think that one thing is when you talk about black people unifying, it's dangerous. So you need to make sure that you're on the right side of the fence. La Cusa Africa. Where could I get one of these Garvey t-shirts? We got a lot more coming out. These was actually,
you can get one by becoming a member.
Yeah, you definitely get one by becoming a member. But we got a lot of more t-shirts coming out. We have our international headquarters t-shirts. We have an official UNIA t-shirt. We have a Baltimore t-shirt, and we're going to have a t-shirt for convention. You're really going to want that one. DM me, put it in the chat how I can contact you. We can definitely tell you how much they cost and get them out for you. I think it's can't beat. I guess he's saying join them. I'm not sure where you at or whose side to join. We're not getting anything from this system. I agree. The question is, what reparations look like in the black community? Yeah, what kind of reparations? Free college? I mean, like, where are you going at with the reparations? And they're not even focused on reparations. They say reparations, but the bottom line is they talking self-hate more than reparations. Because what are you worried about other people for if you try and get reparations? Excellent points, Brother James. Dr. Dawes said you're making excellent points. And that Amaru, why would we go to Africa? You ninjas are bugging. Who said anything about going to Africa? Even though that would be the great place that we would all go back to be sovereign people and get our nation, the nation of black people back. But I think if you were listening to the whole conversation, we were saying we need to build everywhere here. We need to get ourselves together here. And we need to get Africa together because there's problems in Africa. But we need unity. We're talking about unity tonight. You want to talk about Africa for the Africans? That'll be another night. And thank you for saying ninja because I'm not the other word. I appreciate that.
The whole point of going to Africa.
I'm surprised you lasted this long. God dang. I'm not sure who's calling for who. Because we on Facebook. A lot of these people on Facebook or Twitter, I think. I'm waiting on my t-shirt. You got it, Dr. Daw. Hit Brother Frank. And the last one, they want to be part of the system. When y'all say our brothers and sisters in Africa. Okay. Go ahead, brother.
One of the other things that people that brought up was that we have our own problems. And when you start asking them, what are you doing to help solve those problems? all of a sudden, you know what I mean, you can hear a pin drop in the
Hello,
room.
is the mic on? I can't hear you.
You know,
Was your mic
it's
on?
easy. It's easy to criticize, and it's easy to say, you know what I mean. Oh, we have to do this, we have to do that. But where are you at when it's time to do it? Um, Under the leadership of brother Everett Winchester, if you come up with an idea, you got to run with it, my man. You got
Yeah.
to you got to develop it. You have to
You gotta
bring it to
take
the
that thing
table. You
on,
have
brother.
to, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's you know what I mean. That's one of the things that we do. So if you say like, hey, I want to do an outreach, all right, let's do the outreach. What's the game plan? You have to come up with that. We can't just sit back and come into the meeting and say, man, we got to fix these. We got so many problems. Nah, we're not looking for someone to tell us what the problem is. We already know what the problem is. We want
Hey, brother
solutions.
James,
We
check
want
this
people
out.
to work on solutions.
Check this out. I was messing with I was telling this to our good brother Jake on call. I said, so maybe it's something we can agree with, brother. Well, let's talk about the community work. What in the cities, in the community, what's the best thing we can do to, like, you know, get ourselves together? This brother said delineate. I said, this is going too far. So like you said, when you ask them about what they do, they always say, man, we need to worry about here. And then I'm thinking, well, I'm talking about uniting globally, but I'm doing more here than you. I'm coaching
Right.
sports. We out in the community, food giveaways. We're out helping people, clothing giveaways, out of our own pockets of the UNIA, not raising funds to give that stuff away. We help everybody. And so we're doing more here than you. And so you shouldn't even be fighting us when we're talking about global. But these people, they just arguing to prove a point, I believe, hashtags and everything just to debate, but they don't have no real solutions, brother. They don't have no real solutions.
The problem is there's already a game plan, but you just don't want to get with the game plan because you're thinking like Republicans right now or whatever. And let me tell you right now, I can't stand Republicans or Democrats. I think they're both crooks. But one of those two groups only thinks about themselves, and it's much bigger than us. The problems that we're having is much bigger than us, and this started over 100 years ago, or 200 years, when you can go back to post civil war, when they first started injecting people into not letting us unite and turning one group against the other. You know what I mean? Or you mulatto, you light, you better than them, you better than the dark skinned ones. You know what I mean? It's the same conversation we having to this day. You know why? Because the system works. That's why we're having this conversation, because the system works. The system was never designed for us to unify. So when you talk about delineating, you know what I mean, then what you're doing is you're working the system to its maximum potential, because
Yes.
that's exactly what they want you to do.
I don't know if you was in here when I came out. I asked a couple of questions. I said, why do you think the slave master didn't want us to keep practicing our own culture?
Exactly.
Why do you think he didn't want you to read or write? Why do you think they blew the nose off the Sphinx? Because it was a black man nose. You know, they don't want you to connect with Africa at all. Newsflash: black people, when they come together and they unified, we're a force. If you ever want to see a force, there's a documentary out. I forgot the name of the documentary. What's the was it where was it when they had the chair? When the guy jumped in the water and was swimming. You know, and the guy they was fighting over the boats and the black.
Yeah, yeah,
Where
yeah,
was
yeah,
that at?
yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
a docu.
Was that?
There's a
I think that was
documentary
South
on it.
Carolina.
I
I
thought it
think
was
that was
down
South
south
Carolina.
somewhere. I thought it was down south. I can't remember, but there's a. It
But
might have been. It might have
South
been
Carolina is South
Alabama.
Carolina.
It might have been Alabama.
I don't
I can't
remember.
remember. Somebody put that in the chat if you know. But what happened was, which was really crazy, is it's a documentary on it. I kept thinking, man, when we unify, we tough. And then what's crazy is when I post these things, for those that don't know, this really got going off Facebook. I think that's where a lot of these people have Facebook. But what happened was white people will comment. And the things they say, I wish I should have screenshotted it and put it up here, the things they say. Like, yeah, you guys do need to delineate. African Americans, they're good for us. I'm like, damn. Like, they're just straight plain. It was either something like that or, yeah, y'all, what are y'all talking about? You know, y'all had a chance to go to Africa. Didn't we provide you good life here? Don't we take care of you here? Y'all shouldn't be complaining. It's good here. I said, damn, that sounds like a slave master mentality. And all of these people, I'm not ever going to be against anybody patronizing where they from as far as America and the American flag. But they got to understand the history of that flag. You know what I'm saying? That history of that flag has lynched more people. I mean, you know, when I looked, I don't know if you saw when I shared those racists. It's recently, it was a small group of racists marking white supremacists walking down Virginia Beach recently, and they had the American flag and the Confederate flag side by side. I shared that video. I say, for all of y'all that had this FBA, the American flag, what do you feel about these people who you're asking for reparations having this American flag right by the Confederate flag? Like, you know, these white people actually said, yeah, man, you know, we're good for you here. And that's the most alarming thing. My brother Keith Scott said, I got what reparations is and what it looks like for Black people and who you can get it from. I like to hear that, brother, because we ain't getting no reparations unless we take control of the system. And I know you said, you know, we get all of these votes. For those that don't know, brother Keith Scott ran for mayor in Baltimore. Came up short, but he's always speaking on the show. Shout out to brother Keith Scott. You know, for y'all that think that they're going to give us a check, it's going to be something that's really, really small. And it diminishes it once you get it. For example, imagine we get reparations for all African Americans to get a free college education. The college education will drop down so fast, Jay Rich. It'll be like what the high school diploma is now. The high school diploma has dropped. Why? Because no child left behind. So people are just graduating anyway. So you got to pay all of this money for college, which they know a lot of us can't afford, or we get stuck in student loans. So the minute you say, well, we'll give you reparations and give you free college education, that education will drop. It'll be like, you got to get your master's now. Can you imagine how much a master's and a doctorate would cost? Because education is free. The system is rigged to keep their heads on Black people's necks. And we have to understand that. We have to accept that, and we have to move accordingly. Again, I'm always for money to help my community out. But I'm not going to let all of these little things separate me from the bigger picture. If we unite globally, oh, they're in trouble.
It's a wrap.
And they don't
It's
want
a wrap.
that. They don't want that.
It's a wrap. Do you know that how we got to all like these different countries in Africa, and now sometimes there's a checkpoint. You need a passport to cross from one border into another. All through colonization. All through colonization. When we talk about, you know what I mean, unite Africa, you have to understand that Africa was united. It was the European that came in and cut it up and was like, oh, no. Nah. And it's the exact same thing. And I wish that y'all could see, you know what I mean, that you're doing the exact same thing that the European did. You know what I mean? By saying that this is okay. Nah, you're not with them. You can't have them with you. They're going to drain your resources. The same lie that they've been telling for hundreds of years. You can't be with these people because they're going to drain your resources. Don't trust this. They're going to drain your resources. And they got you fighting over resources that you don't even have. That's the crazy thing that blows my mind. You don't even have it. It's a resource that you don't even have and that you're fighting over. When there's an imam that was talking about when England was in India and said that England stayed there for over 100 years. And you know, when England decided they wanted to leave, it's not when the Indian people rose up or where the Indian people was like, we're tired of being colonized by you. England left India when they taught the Indians to think like them. And they were like, our work here is done. We can leave because we know that they're going to continue to run India the way we would because we taught them to think the way we would. We
Yes.
stopped them from being able to use their language. We stopped them from being able to do like their cultural things. We stopped them and we cut the youth off from their grandparents. We put a wall in between the youth and the grandparents so the grandparents can't pass on any traditions. And what do we have? What do we have right here today? We have a telephone, we have an iPad, we have a computer. It's called the internet that is cutting the youth off from their grandparents. And they're like, oh, you don't know, because they got some clown on there running around doing all types of stupid stuff or whatever that they think is funny and they think that it's cool. And when you tell them, listen, man, you can't keep watching this, you can't do this. They don't want to hear it because we don't know what we're talking about. They have already started that divide. You know what I mean? So we can't push upon them the things that we grew up with. You should be able to identify with this. My grandfather, he started his own business. Anybody that needed money and needed a job, he gave them money. He made sure that they got paid. Even if it was a small amount, he took them out and he brought them in. You needed a job? All right, come on. Come with me. I got a job for you. I'm going to make sure you get paid in some type of way. All throughout the community. Right across the street from where I'm at right now, shoe shop. Everybody took their shoes there because we kept our money in the community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know, and I'll tell this, you know what I mean? I know, you know, whenever I'm down, I needed a job. Everett was right there, man, to get me a job. Even when I had a job, and he was like, "Hey, look, man, I got an opportunity, man, for you to make some money, man. I'm on it." Not only me, I'll tell you this, and I'm sorry, man, if I'm telling all your business, but during COVID, no, I mean, because it's real talk, man. When we sitting there talking about unifying and what we're going to do to solve our own problems, what are we going to do to solve our own problems? When COVID hit and a lot of these buildings shut down, and you have your own cleaning business, and you told one of the people, like, here, listen, man, I'm gonna give you this contract because I know I can't afford to continue to pay you. So you take the contract and you get paid on your own. You go and do your own thing. You can have the building, you can have the contract. That's real. That's real. So when we sitting there talking about what we're going to do about our own problems, and when you ask them, how are you helping? How are you helping? When I learned how to when I learned the trade, like working on cars, doing tune-ups. Me and my cousin, man, we out here working on cars. We came across like a carpet machine, cheap up in the thing. Now what we doing? We out here cleaning carpets. I'm calling my little cousins. Hey, I need this and that. I got a job for you, man. I got a job for you. When I see them going the wrong way, hey, listen, man, come on, man, let's talk, man. Let's talk. Not in front of everybody else, not in front of all of this. Let's talk. This is what you do to build your community. You put money in people's pockets. You make them feel as though they can stand on their own 2 feet. You don't put them down. You teach them. You catch them at a young age in a football program and a basketball program. You catch them at the Garvey Cubs. You bring them into the Garvey Cubs. You take them out on nature walks. We're doing whatever it is that we can do within our capacity to help our people. But we don't leave it right there in our own community because we understand that the struggle that we're having right here in Baltimore is the same struggle in Philly, it's the same struggle in New York, it's the same struggle in Nigeria, it's the same struggle, you know what I mean, in Mali. It's the same struggle in the Caribbean. And we're in all of those places. We're in all of those places. It doesn't have to be, oh, we can only do for us, because there's an opportunity for you to help people everywhere that look like you because they have the exact same problems that you have.
Brother Keith Scott, you know you can always cam up. I'll put you on with me and James. He said, I didn't say anything about getting reparations from them. Well, let me go back, because when you say reparations, that means to repair damage done by a government to a group of people. So if they're not giving reparations, who's giving it? So if you're talking about taking over their system, taking their money, and giving it to us. But then I'm thinking if we take over the system, their money is our money anyway. There ain't gonna be no reparations because it's us and we over top. So that's what you have to think about. I keep saying I love the fact that we can push for our own political party and everything, but we got to understand the real fight, that they're not going to just let you walk in and take over everything. And they're always going to have an agent in place, just like they're doing now with Tariq Nasheed, Yvette Carnell. These are agents that's just spilling hate. Man, if I could show you his website of how he depicts people that are not American, Black Americans, African Americans, it's sad. Baba Khalil said something. Let me get caught up real quick. Baba Khalil said, they'll cut the check tomorrow only if we agree to leave the U.S. It's going to take a majority of whites in America, and that's only what they agree to. Yeah, but you know what, Baba Khalil, as much as they say go back to Africa, they need us because they pimping us out so much. They need us to buy the drugs and stuff. That's why they don't have good music out anymore. The drugs and the violence is in our music and infiltrated in our culture, so they can keep us spending on that. It's why they got the church and the liquor store in almost every corner. So they pimping us on that. You know what I'm saying? So they say it, but we're the consumers. You know what I'm saying? The minute that we get a big fat check, and like you know how they have reparations. You know how they have churches and liquor stores in every corner? Man, it'll be a Cadillac shop on every corner. Cadillac stock could go off the roof. And instead of us investing in the stock, we'll be buying the Cadillacs. I'm joking, but I'm also serious when we talk about financial literacy and how this man thinks. This man wants us here so he can keep his foot on our necks. And the minute he sends us over there, it's warfare. The minute he sends us over there, it's warfare because he's going to keep us over there as well. Slavery is not that far in the fact, and it's not that far away to me. And to be honest with you, we're in his military, we're his best soldiers, you know, we're everything. And so taking it from that standpoint, it's just really dangerous. You know what I'm saying? But I feel you that they cut it to get rid of us, but they don't really want us gone. They don't really want us gone. This brother, my good UNIA brother, the good lawyer, let me know how you've been doing, my brother. Reparations should consist of land, money, education, and something around our collective philosophy. Yes, Brother Mule. Atkins. Are you my UNIA brother from New York? Race first, good brother. Sister Sarkat is saying exactly. Brother Keith Scott, are you the brother that was teaching the classes at the social club? I don't know who you talking about, Brother Keith. I never taught, not me or Brother James, never taught at the Art Social Club. But shout out to the Art Social Club if they're listening. Quick plug. We almost winded down. Quick plug. UNIA convention in Baltimore. We're giving some awards out. The tickets will be available soon. It's going to be a phenomenal convention. We're giving awards to Brother Bill Gooden and Brother Mike Johnson individually, as well as Black Men Unifying Black Men. So, Brother Mark, you may have to accept that award. We're giving awards to the Art Social Club. We're giving an award to Sister Eartha Harris. So you want to support these people and be in a place. And yes, the President General is going to present you, the leader of the UNIA, with your award. And I'm only limiting y'all to like 2 minutes to talk, so make it quick. We got to keep it moving. Last convention 2 years ago, they got on me. Yeah, so I don't know what you're talking about. Go ahead, Brother Jay Ritz. Hold on real quick. A couple more. Sister Sarkat got her hands up, so she's agreeing with us. And Baba Khalil said, that was not Baba Khalil. I'm Baba Khalil. Oh, snap. I'm sorry, Baba Khalil. Oh, let me go back to who that was real quick. Oh, I'm sorry. Dan, I got my glasses on. I apologize for calling you Baba Khalil, good brother. This is Akanuwan Ahmad, 1300. 1300. Sorry about that, Baba Khalil. Go ahead, Jay Ritz.
Brother Keith. Yeah, now I'm not addressing you personally or anything. I just have a list of notes that I've written down from just listening to the show, of either like comments that's in the chat or things that people have said when they came on. So when I'm talking about reparations, I'm not talking about you or addressing you specifically. I'm just saying in general that a lot of these whatever, you know what I mean, is keep talking about, oh, they trying to get, you know what I mean, trying to get our resources, but we fighting over resources that we ain't even got, man. We fighting over who gonna get reparations instead of fighting for
Yes.
reparations. We're
Yes.
putting the horse before the cart. I mean, man, listen, I don't care, man, who I need to unify with right now or whatever, if they're gonna cut the check. And like the brother said, that they'll cut the check when we leave, you can send me right back to Gambia, homie. I loved it. I got there, man, and I stood on them beaches with that black sand, and you on the other side of the Atlantic, looking over, like, man, America's 1,000 miles away on the other side of the Atlantic. Send me back to Gambia. I ain't gonna fight you. I had myself a ball, and them people love us, man. That's the thing. Y'all got to get out and travel, man. Them people love us, absolutely love us. When I was in Gambia, got nothing but love. When I was in Morocco, got nothing but love, man. Come on, man.
You said travel with my man and Cozy at. And for those that don't know, the UNIA goes to Africa twice a year as well. And so I'm making that pilgrimage. Y'all gonna have to hold me to it. I'm making that pilgrimage the late part of next year. I think that if they go in October of 2027, not 2026, that's my goal. But we have to, go over there and we have to see it and touch the motherland. It's great to communicate with them, but we want to go over there. And we're building in Africa, building in Ghana, a restaurant and future grocery store. We're trying to get a black-owned grocery stores all over. Marcus Garvey
Thank you.
personified
Hold
grocery
on.
stores.
Hold on. E,
Yes.
what's the grocery store?
Faka Rock.
Who they hire?
Nothing but black people.
Who they hire?
Nothing but
Where
Africans,
they get their products from?
Nothing but Africans, brother. And when I say Africans, black people all over, brother. Huh? So imagine.
How can I be a part of
Hold on,
Rock?
Jay Rich. We gotta be a little calm. I don't want everybody coming after my president general. You making him a marked man. You saying this president general came into the UNIA and got a farm in Liberia. We got a farm in Curacao and Jamaica, and he's trying to build farms all over. We got an agricultural garden in Baltimore, and and now we're going to start getting that food into our grocery stores, and then that into our restaurants, and it's nothing but black people. A sign of race first. Should we be saying?
Are you telling me?
Are we endangering our president general, brother?
Are you telling me that the UNIA has a black-owned grocery store that hires black people, that gets their products from black countries, from black people and black farmers? Can I invest in that?
Yes, you
can. Can I invest in that?
Yes, you can. I'm an investor, brother. I just got my little check, brother. I'm an investor. You get your dividends every year, brother. And this is the Marcus Garvey. And I asked the president general. I said,
personified.
He's personified. When you're a Garveyite, for those that don't know, you're not just talking that trash. To be a Garveyite, you gotta be a Pan-Du's member of his organization, which he put pretty much in front of his family, the UNIA. And when you're a Garvey personified, one of his cubs, man, you all in for uplifting your race, if any way possible. And we have to keep doing that. To me, that's not waiting on reparations. That's putting reparations in front. But I asked the President General, Honorable Michael Duncan, I said, yo, PG, I said, how'd you come up with this and everything? He said, come on. I take everything from Marcus Garvey, brother. This is what Marcus Garvey did with the Black Star Line. People don't know we had grocery stores and restaurants. They only focus just on the shipping part, the boats. But we had a lot of businesses. And so, we have to understand that and look at these things and have to realize that, we can do it, brother. We can do it. Sister Bernadette Johnson, shout out to you, Sister Bernadette. And thank you for contributing to my post. I really appreciate you. Truth to fact, blacks had reparations. Reparations. You are wasteful and immature in spending. I think she's saying we're wasteful and immature in our spending. Then truth to power reparations should start with mental repairs, psychological warfare. You might be a typo. Put you back in need, aid to dependent children. Queen of Egypt. Yes, you're right. You're right. We got to start getting our mind ready for these type of things. I think Baba Ori Shabazz and Brother Daw was talking about that. Baba Ori was saying, you know, politics is warfare. You know what I'm saying? It's warfare. Thank you, my queen. So yeah, brother, this is a powerful show. Thank God we're not going to be out on it for 5 hours, family. But you know what? Before you close out, James, for those that want to see what we're talking about from the small scale of agriculture in the UNIA, hold tight.
They told me I was dying, but I wasn't ready to go. I dug into the dirt, prayed over seedlings, raised chickens, bees, watermelons bursting with color. Then the UNIA said, "This isn't just a garden." They called it liberty. Now the bees hum freedom. My backyard feeds bodies and spirits. But the fence can't hold the harvest. Our people are hungry. Our youth, they're starving for purpose. We need space. We need you. Join the UNIA. Learn to grow food inside and out. Hydroponics, farming, healing, dignity. This isn't agriculture. This is liberation. They buried us. We planted back. Not charity, sovereignty. We turn hunger into harvest. That's power.
So everything we do at the national level, we try to do it at the local level. So all of our divisions are getting gardens and things of that nature. Let me tell you, in our garden, we have chickens. We actually have chickens in a pond with fish in it, and it's growing. But we need to expand it out. So if anybody can help us with that in the Baltimore, Maryland area, Mayor Brandon Scott, we on the waiting list on the West Side spot, up by Lincoln Trail. Somebody talk to Brandon Scott. Come on, brother, man. Like, yo, you see the work we doing? Why we got to be on the waiting list? Bump that up. That's what's called quid pro quo. The people voted you in. They want the UNIA to have something real huge. And if we can get it by convention, we could be growing and stuff out there. Oh, we also got a beehive in our garden. So shout out to the Baltimore Agriculture Coordinator, Michelle Davis. She's really been putting on work. And shout out to her program, Feet, Friends Enjoying Eating Together. I'm sorry, Sister Michelle, I'm trying to get over there, but I've been having a lot of stuff on those Tuesdays now, and we're preparing for convention. But yes, family, we are really, really working. We are really, really working, and we need to keep this going. We got to keep Marcus Garvey and our ancestors. It wasn't just Marcus Garvey. Our ancestors alive and protect their legacy, and that's why we're here. It's all about unity. Don't let anything separate us. Go ahead, Brother J. Rich.
If you really want to make a change in your community, then come out and help us. Then you come out and you join the UNIA. If it's something that we like, if something that we're doing that you like, then come and join us. If it's something that we're doing that you don't like, then come and educate us. One way or the other, come and be with us. Because we can't sit here, you know what I mean, in our houses and posting comments, you know what I mean, online and going back and forth. We need to be live in person in these streets. That's where our people are at. That's where our people are at, man. Anybody can sit here, man, and type up comments and you wrong about this and you wrong about that. But when you come out and you meet with people, man, and you educate them and they educate you, and we start doing the work of the people, we get past all of this. Oh, I don't want to unite with this person. I don't want to unite with that person. Man, unite with your community. You don't want to unite with your community. Come and help us build the community. Come and help us build the community, because when we had an outreach, you know what we did? We brought in people to get them housing assistance. We had a member that came in to help you sign up, you know what I mean, for other benefits. We don't just sit here and just talk about it, man. We out here trying to be about it. If it's something that we're doing that you like, it's 163 people on here. Join the UNIA. Even if you don't like what we're doing, come and help us change it to make it better. I mean, but you're not going to improve anything by posting comments online. You can only improve it by being involved. Whether you like it, love it, hate it, whatever, you have to be involved. And if you're not going to be involved, then you're not really doing anything. Don't come on here criticizing us if you're not going to actually be in it. The UNIA Baltimore Division, you need to come, you need to join us, and you need to help us heal our community, educate our community, move our community forward, take back our community. It's the people. It ain't the individuals, it's the people. And we need the people to come and help us take back our communities. Now, whether you come out or not, we still gonna be there.
Hold on, Brother James. I gotta correct you though. It ain't just Baltimore. If you in the Atlanta division, leak up. We got a UNI in Atlanta. If you in Philly,
absolutely,
we got a UNI in Philly. If you in Chicago, we got 2 in Chicago. You in New York, we got 2 in New York. If you in Montreal, Canada, we got a division there. If you in Toronto, Canada, we got a division there. If you in Ghana, we got a division there. If you in Liberia, we got a division there. If you in Kenya, I mean, come on now. If you in LA, we got a division there. I can't go on. So what you saying is right, but just not here in Baltimore. Like, we're still here. And another thing you said, a lot of people say, man, they on that old stuff. Do you know that we vote on everything almost every year? There's things that's changed. Yes, we're probably one of the oldest organizations that's still pushing, but we vote and we have elections and we elect and we change things. So it's not old, it's new, and it's hard. So, you know, man, listen, we doing a lot of work. Another thing you said, and I say this to all the people, I think what's making Baltimore UNIA strong is that, you know, we do our studies and things like that, but the number one thing we do is we're out in the street. You know, I think out of all of the organizations, we probably do more community work as far as food giveaways and clothing giveaways and events and meetings, you know. So, yes, the UNI is still here, man. And if you're about unifying globally, get with us. It's a great thing. Go over a couple more comments, and then, Brother James, we're going to close out. Dr. Dennis said, Brother James is serious. Respect. Yeah, I just got to stay on him. You know, Brother James, he'll get me banned, brother. He on good right now. Power to the people. Speaking of Philadelphia, Sister Basima, much respect and love. I can't wait to see you convention. Let's build. A great Sister Sarkette with that onk. Yes. Life, one love. And Sister Basima said, I say, oh. And so, all right, brother, I know you might have closed out, but just give us some finishing words, because I know a lot of people probably trying to text me about the game. And listen, I want to thank y'all because the game is on. I wanted to update y'all, but I didn't want y'all to leave me. So I'm a little guilty of that. Man, I say something about the game, they're going to roll out. And I appreciate everybody on board. We try to read all the comments. And again, next week is going to be another powerful show. This one is probably going to be more powerful. And while we're doing our intermissions, we're going to be previewing our own game show. So if you're in UNIA, you got first dibs, but this is for anybody. You can call in. We'll put you on a game show, but it's not going to be the whole game show. It's just going to be maybe 5 or 6 questions, and then we'll go back to the subjects and the guests, and then we'll wait a little while and then bring in 2 more people so we can start getting people a feel for the game show. It's going to really be fun. James, didn't you take a couple L's in the game show about 5 years ago when we first had it up?
Nah.
We got to see that. Who you calling out, brother? Who you calling out?
I ain't calling out nobody, man.
No, but you said Brother John from Atlanta? Okay.
Come on, man. Stop it.
I'll let him know. We'll get you and Brother John on here, and y'all can go ahead. I'll let him know. But just joking. But go ahead, Brother James, close out, and then I'll finish this off.
Yeah, man. Just once again, man, the power is in the people. Like the one brother said, man, we more powerful than the Democrats and the Republicans. But we have to unite. We have to stop letting the small stuff, you know what I mean, come in between, because nobody's out here representing us. And if you want something done, then you have to start growing that politician right in your own community. If he's not already in your midst and already fighting for what it is that you believe in, then he ain't going to fight for you once he gets into office. So let's put aside, man, all of like this separation, man, because that's the system working the way they want the system to work. Whether you see it or not, that is exactly how the system wants it to work. They want us divided. They want us at each other's throats. They want us not, you know what I mean, talking to this person or not talking to that person. Imagine the power that we have, man, if we start uniting and bringing things together. Look at all the great things that we have done in this country. And then you say, like, hey, man, if we can unite with these brothers over here, they got great minds as well. They just don't have the same resources that we have. Imagine, man, what we can do. Imagine. We don't have to imagine it, man. Let's just come together. Let's just drop this stuff. Come together, man.
Brother
UNIA,
James.
Barker Clark. Join. Hit that join button. I know you said we got to land in New York and all that, but right now I'm being selfish. In Baltimore.
UNIA106.org. All right, I appreciate you, Brother James. Race first.
Hey, man.
Brother.
Peace, man. Race first, man.
Race first. All right, family, before I close out, I'm going to give you my input on this whole show today. For those that don't know, we have a lot of good meetings coming up where we educate each other on things like that. Not just for grown folks, but for kids as well. We have a lot going on. So I wanted to share this with you real quick about our UNIA meetings.
I used to think revolution meant fire and fists, but silence is louder. I need to speak at tonight's UNIA-ACL Zoom meeting, because if I don't, my nephew's gonna grow up thinking power lives outside our people. I wasn't raised on Garvey. I was raised on survival. But last month, someone on that Zoom said, Black unity isn't an idea, it's an action. That line hit me harder than anything in school, church, or the block. But right before I log on, I freeze up. What if I say the wrong thing? What if I ain't conscious enough? Then I hear my nephew in the next room say, Uncle Malik, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. That was it. I hit join, and I told the truth. Not the polished version, the version our people need to hear. Turns out, that voice in your head, it's not fear, it's your ancestors. The meeting didn't just change me, it reminded me who I've always been. Join us, Baltimore UNIA, mass meeting. Join the Baltimore UNIA. Don't let your legacy pass you by. Your ancestors are waiting.
All right, family. Also, we talking about supporting Black-owned. Before I close out, a Black-owned company that's been supporting the UNIA called Emotional Intelligence. Check them out. And hit me up. Put it in the chat. You need to get these Black-owned. Oh, by the way, for the person that asked for the UNIA shirts, we don't need to get our merch up. We got several UNIA shirts. We got hoodies. Come on now. Get at me.
It starts the moment we open our eyes. We're born with emotion. Life shapes it. Challenges sharpen it. The world throws chaos at us, but we learn the patterns, we master the storm. We fall, but together, we rise. This isn't just fashion, it's armor. It's proof you've earned every piece of who you are. Emotional intelligence, wear your evolution.
All right, family, that was Emotional Intelligence by Arthur Gray. Get at me, a good brother, a UNIA member, has his own clothing line. If you're interested in how these little fun commercials come out, check this out.
60 seconds to erase this city or rebuild it from scratch. This isn't pre-rendered. No soundstage, no green screen. Every explosion, every storm, every alternate reality. We don't imagine worlds. We manufacture them. The future doesn't wait, and neither should your story. I didn't just save the world, I authored it. Dynamic Media Legacy. Your vision, our worlds. Built-in AI. Faster, bigger, impossible.
You think viral videos take days? Pixel's here to prove otherwise. No time. Everyone's watching. Your story has to pop. Every click counts. Every second spark a share. Boom! 100,000 views before lunch. But what if it still gets lost online? Not with Dynamic Media Legacy. Start your viral video now.
All right, family, and that's one of my companies, Dynamic Media Legacy, an AI company. So, you know, we do little small videos at a very affordable price. So if you like a video done, I mean, it's real easy. We only do them long but quick, and it's real cool and real fun. So before I close out, of course, man, I need y'all to do it. If you're on UNIA Rock Media, if you're on YouTube, do me this favor. And it's very important, hit that subscribe button. Let me do it this way. So you can get notifications. And if you're on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, I don't even know, we're streaming at a lot of different places. And there's a lot of y'all on out here. Hit that like button, baby. Hit that like button. It's free. It don't cost a lot.
Smash it now!
It's free. And in fact, do me that one more time. Let's get these likes up.
Smash it now!
I appreciate you, family. I appreciate you. It's very important. Sister Marvia, thank you. Impactful, informative, and reflective. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're watching, too. And I'm glad I got back on UNIA Rock Media. Last week, for some reason, it didn't go well, and I was doing something else. But now I can get it, and I'm about to get it to where the PG and them can do it themselves, and they can have our comments on the screen. I'm working on it. Dr. Dennis, closing out, said we jamming on Twitter. So a lot of y'all are on Twitter. Do me a favor, hit that retweet button, quote it. If you don't like what I'm saying, that's okay. You know, if someone wants to prove me wrong, I want to be educated and proven wrong. I just don't want our kids to get this information out and it's getting to the kids. Like when we raise the kids in Baltimore City, when I see our divisions raising the kids in Queens and Brooklyn and Atlanta and Chicago, we're not telling them to hate anybody. We're not telling them to divide from any of our people. We're saying unite. And like I said in the beginning, if my race is my family, and if you told me not to speak to my mother or my brother for a check, I mean, that's kind of selling out my family. I got to love them. I got to care for them. And so, you know, that's the key. But shout out to my people on Twitter. Dr. Dawes said it's over 150 on Twitter alone. Hey, shout out to Twitter. And this is where a lot of this information is going good or going bad. Listen, I'm for reparations. I'm for reparations. We don't need to delineate because I already feel we are by calling ourselves African Americans. If you don't want to identify with Africa, okay. But to keep spilling this hate speech, that's not righteous. It's not cool, man. And the kids are picking it up. Tariq Nasheed is putting crazy characters on about brothers in Africa and all over. And when you're in the UNIA, we deal with people all over, Brazil. Wherever you are that's black, we trying to set up a division there. We trying to build there. We trying to unify our people, as well as we trying to unify our people here. I'm the president of Baltimore. My job is Baltimore. My job is Maryland. You know what I'm saying? I got to represent for Maryland. I'm a basketball coach. I have a basketball program. So I got to deal with these kids. We get kids from the street. I got to deal with them. You know what I'm saying? And we have to have tough conversations sometimes. And these kids don't trust anybody, and they're getting all this information from social media. And when it comes to my kids that I coach, whether it's football or basketball, I did both. We got a karate program. One of our members, Brother Mawalimu, does karate for free. You know what I'm saying? We're out here active and getting these kids off the street. So we're not punking out when it comes to the information to these kids. We're not punking out. Quick story before I close out. One of my parents was on Facebook and hit me, and she said, through message, she said, "Hey, Coach, you ever think about going to see some counseling?" So I thought she meant counselor. I'm like, I'd rather do it in sports and out in the street. I can't be like sitting down with it. She said, "No, Coach. Have you thought about going to counseling?" I'm like, first you think counseling. What's going on? You talking about my wife or something? Where you going at? She's laughing. She said, "No, counseling. I've been looking on your Facebook. And over the last year or two, your former players, I'm counting, it's been like over 20 that's been killed." We did a show called, check out some of the old shows. We did a show called Have We Normalized Violence and Crime and Drugs in Our Community? And when she said that, I just realized that I had kind of normalized it, that it was becoming normal. It was becoming normal. You know, I've been coaching, my son's 28. I mean, I've been coaching since he was like 5 years old. And when he stopped playing, I'm still coaching and involved at least. And so that it's a continuous cycle of players. And when you're a coach, you love each and every kid, whether he's the worst kid on the team or the best kid on the team. You love them all the same because they're out of trouble and they're looking up to you and they're loving you and they're giving you all of this love and they're trusting every move you make. And I said, damn. And for that minute there, I was like devastated a lot. And I was kind of in a depression because you get used to seeing kids you coach. That only just made me go harder, you know, and said, man, you know what? I'm going to start a basketball program and I'm going to do this or that. But it goes more from just people getting killed. It's from people, getting killed. It's from people getting locked up or overdoses or on drugs. Like you want to save everybody, but you can't, but you love them and you love them to death. So, you know, it's very important that this work is serious. And when you say anything about hate or anything like that, I don't like it. We always talk about certain things, but then it goes back to like, man, they ain't doing nothing for us over here in America. And they not doing, I'm like, okay, man, but we don't got time for that right now. I'm focusing on Baltimore City and Maryland. My people's focusing on all of that, where our divisions are at. We're focused over there and we're trying to build and bring everybody together. So stop with the separation and let's start unifying. You know what I'm saying? It got a little heated today, but I love my guy, Brother Jake McCall. We'll be arguing tomorrow on Twitter. I think he's crazy and I think he's not educated on a lot of things. But I love my brother. I love everybody. We had a show in the President General, again, the leader of the UNIA, when we were talking about Tariq Nasheed, you know, and that, just to be clear, we got to love him, President General, because when you talk about Marcus Garvey, he gives that word, it's on and pop. Make no doubt about it. Don't think that we not back up and running. We strong. That's number one. But he got on and he said, we got to show the brother love. Somebody need to hug that brother, because when you spilling all this hate and everything, it's not good. You know what I'm saying? It's just not good. So I want y'all to know why I'm so compassionate about it, because you can't give a kid any reason or youth any reason to hate anything but the oppressor, the guy that has the foot on our neck. So, man, thank you for tuning in. Again, Twitter world, we're going to have another conversation next week just like this. You know what I'm saying? On a different topic. You all can come on. I put the link in. FBA ADOS, only one. So I got a lot of love for Jake on call because, you know, he's a passionate brother. You know, we got a little heated, but he's a passionate brother. I believe he's a good brother. And he just got emotional on the topic. You know, he arguing, he fighting for his, as I am fighting for mine. So, you know, I'm not upset with the brother. You know what I'm saying? Things happen, you know. But what I want y'all to know is that we're going to always have powerful topics, and you can call in. Don't be up on it. Camera up, be a part of the show. You know, we've had people that I don't agree with on the show all the time, and it's nothing really serious. When they get out of hand, I get rid of them, but it's nothing really serious. We can have intelligent conversations and disagree. You just can't start cussing and getting all upset. And so maybe another time Jake can call you and calm down. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody here. I appreciate you, man. We just trying to build something special. You know what I'm saying? So I give y'all the boat. Africa for the Africans, those at home and abroad. One God, one aim, one destiny. And last but not least, race first. The name of the show is Real Truth and Power, where we teach health, wealth, and knowledge of self. Next Friday, 8 o'clock, y'all. Next Friday, 8 o'clock. Unity or death. If you ain't with us, you against us. And you going to get dealt with. Race first.
Knowledge of self. Uplifting the community. Let's talk about it. Real truth and power. Health. Wealth. Knowledge of self. Uplifting the community. Let's talk about it. Real truth and power. Health. Wealth. Knowledge of self. Uplifting the community. Let's talk about it.